Don't I see anything? There we go. Okay. We are live. Everybody say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
All right. So part one of the test is a pass.
it's a pass.
It's like when you do the SATs and you get points for spelling your name right.
Okay.
Cool.
Is that
All right.
true?
So
I
we
don't
have
know.
all
I
the
took the
sounds.
SATs. I don't know if I got points for my name.
Why would you get points for spelling your name right?
I've seen 1,300 movies that say that. You get like 400 dice
Okay.
points for spelling your name right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just creating noise while you were
Told you a
testing.
million times not to exaggerate.
Bingo.
Exactly.
All right. So when last we left off, you guys had were messing around in the giant city of Waterdeep. Um, there's a crude joke that I won't go into about Waterdeep, but like song in my head many times I get inappropriate jokes and things that pop into my head as well with certain phrases, and Waterdeep is one of them. Thanks to a podcast I listened to about 3 months ago, and now every time I hear Waterdeep, I think of that joke. Um, hey, I actually have a Fantasy Grounds scene now. That's awesome. Atomic Hero Squad's chilling in the Svenzone. Welcome.
Svenzone, chilling.
So
Welcome.
sadly, I don't know if it's sad or not. I think it's pretty cool. But the song in my heart is the song we just listened to 10 seconds ago.
Talking about the Mission Impossible.
It's the opening for my stream that I just heard.
Oh,
So that is
oh,
still
okay.
going on through my head. Changing the
Shall I help
scale
you with that?
UI to 115 for those of you watching. Poof, there it is, like magic. Whoosh, now everything is
I'm going to
bigger.
help you with the song.
So that is a custom song made just for me by I don't know his real name,
Drake.
but
Drake, isn't it? Isn't it Drake?
no, Drake is the one who
Produced it.
put together the video,
Right.
but the song itself was made by Marbanya, is his name. He goes by Marbanya.
Ah,
He's a fellow player. He is a computer guy and a musician. He plays the guitar and keyboard, I believe, um, and was in a cover band for a while, and then has been making a lot of different sounds and music and stuff. He does all three of my. I take that back. He does two of the three videos I have are his music. So
sweet.
they're good music and it's free. So that's why I use them. Okay, so you guys are. It's about you had decided to go ahead and check out the giant hole in the middle of this tavern. Does anybody remember what the name of the tavern is?
The yawning portal.
Correct. There's the yawning portal. Um, so you guys had decided to go down and check it out. You had taken a long rest, and that is where we left off. Let me pull up the combat tracker and make sure. I'll go ahead and push you another long rest just in case. Long rest. Okay. So this is D&D, and I say that to mean that uh, be giving it some thought in the back of your head. What would happen if Toggin or Jackson or Scrambles or Godin or Zorko were to die? How upset would you be to roll up a new character, or would you really want to bring them back Um, we've had one character death so far in this campaign, and the player really wanted to bring that character back, so they came back because this is D&D. You can do those type of things.
Where's
With me,
magic?
I get really into my characters. I like the backstory. I really give them a strong idiom. But if they die, I'm good to go. I'll roll up another character right now, and jump right back in and do put all the work in and background into the new guy. So I don't care if my characters die. No matter how invested I am in them, I'll just make up a new one and I'm good to go. So that was
Thing is,
neither
after a
one was
certain
wrong. So
point, I put enough energy into the character voice that I don't want to change character.
Okay.
yep. So just think about it. If it were to happen, I will reach out to you and we can figure out what to do from there. Like I said, this is D&D. You're in water deep, so there are lots of options if something were to happen to your characters. Um, Not that anything's ever going to, because you guys are a well-oiled machine, a team working together. Uh,
Exactly.
so
We just got a brand new person we've only known for like 4 hours.
He's
yeah,
like,
Well, I mean,
what?
in game like a day and a half. But
Yeah.
who you do
we went to
know
hell
To
and
be
back with that
fair,
person, so
we did
exactly.
go through hell and back with that
It's gonna be
guy,
me.
so.
You do know that he really hates imps.
yeah, he
Really
freaking
hates
hates the
imps.
shit out of imps. And he also, based off of the tavern, he's not a great musician based off what the tavern guy said. And he loves molasses.
Yes, very strong. Loves molasses. Luckily, he's not allergic to it,
Canadian. I
because
know,
that
I
would have been
know.
a whole another level of fun had he been
Fucking
allergic to
character
molasses.
flaw. Your character flaw is that you're allergic to molasses, thinking
It's like,
it'll never fucking happen.
I
hmm,
always I'm also afraid of spiders. Don't forget, not
I
only
Oh
do
yeah,
Durham, but
remember that.
spiders.
that's right.
So people are just gonna start
Oh, I'm not
casting
afraid of Durham. I hate him. Hate
prestidigitation,
him with a
putting little
passion.
spiders fucking everywhere.
Yeah, he's got two character notes. Note number one, and then I hate Turnham is note number two. I don't even know what note number one is because I forgot because I thought solely about the second note, which is hysterical.
that's right.
What's your
It's
first character note?
like somebody walking into Madison Square Garden and say, "Hey, I want to do a concert here," and they're like, "Who are you?" I've played in a couple bars over here. What, you don't know who I am? And then say, "No, you need to get payments before you can come to Madison Square Garden. I hate you for life. You're my
Yeah,
nemesis now."
you're dead to
Oh
me.
yeah, no. This guy was
It's pretty
just
good.
looking for an arch enemy and just kind of came across
That's
one.
that's
Sounds
exactly
reasonable.
how petty I'm gonna be throughout the rest of the campaign. Just
That's
so you guys
awesome.
know.
Sounds
His
reasonable.
goal for his
Yeah.
character is to get to a high enough level that he can beat the guy in a 1-to-1 fight.
Yeah, sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah, obviously.
One time I played a centaur who was discriminated against because he was a centaur. And so out of game, I looked up how much urine a horse bladder could hold. So in game, I could urinate on somebody with the appropriate amount of urine.
Oh
And I
my
don't
god.
remember how much it was, but it was a wild amount of urine. It was insane. It was a crazy amount. But I was like, you can't do that to my character. And I was so offended that they would discriminate against my wild centaur thing. So yeah,
Yes.
like petty
Uh,
happens. Petty happens. It's pretty funny when it does. So I encourage
oh,
it.
anyway,
Make mortal
I
enemies.
made a cursed Google, and you could pee 4.5 liters on
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah, it was a lot.
That's so fucking much.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
So we are up and ready to go. Um, there we go. So, Godin, don't forget, because playing a cleric myself, you have there are two options in Fantasy Grounds the way people play clerics. One option is they drag all cleric spells of their levels they can cast into their character sheet and then
I
change.
don't. I have what I want, and I will change them when I need to change them on a given day. But I don't generally change my spells.
Dude, I feel that I'm the exact
unless I
same
know
way.
we're going somewhere that I need something specific. If I knew we were going to fight a bunch of undead, I might look for some stuff that might specifically hit them for
Right.
damage spells. But in general, since we hardly ever know what the hell we're gonna do before we do it, I just keep what I got.
Dude, I
Yeah.
feel that with my cleric, it's like Mantha is so bad at decisions. So to have to make decisions about what spells I'm gonna have every single day, that sounds
Well,
horrible. That's a nightmare.
I change mine every level. I'll go in, I look and pick any spell I think I will cast for that level. So I might have 9 spells. I'll throw them in there, and then I'll look every once in a while. I'll change them, but for the most part, I'm the same way. Um, but just a reminder, you can change your spells because you're the only one who can do that. Uh, the witch and the bard don't have that option. All right, so it is morning. Uh, you've been given a long rest. Anybody doing anything as you're waking up, taking your time at breakfast? I presume you guys are
Jackson's
now
gonna
in all
double
your
check
gear.
his.
You have all your
Jackson's
gear
gonna
with
be
you.
sharpening his weapons.
Okay.
Did a lot of battle, so
So are you going to keep the rooms in the inn, or are you checking out of the inn? In other words, are you going to stash any of your gear in one of the rooms at the inn, or what are you doing with the rooms?
Brambles is definitely going to check out.
thoughts.
He's going to put everything he
are
has
we,
that he
where are we
How
can
long?
going?
into the bag of
Do
How
we
holding.
long
know
will
where
it
we're
be for
going,
the?
and are we going to be gone for a while?
You're going into the hole in the bottom of the inn.
We have no space bags. We aren't carrying anything we don't need to carry. So I say, let's just
I
bring it
mean,
all.
well, also, are we bringing the fucking nightmare down into the down
It's a
that
great question.
elevator?
Can we bring Nightmare down the elevator? How does that work out? Has anybody ever brought a mount down there before?
You would not be able to bring him down there now.
Okay.
Okay.
How can I
So
just
let's
can I just look at him like Equifax and say go back home, and he just runs off to go back home,
okay.
or
How
how
about this?
intelligent is it?
Toggin will keep his room. The rest of you can check out if you want, and we can stash like the giant fucking tent in there, like things that we don't need that we've had nightmare carrying around. Uh, did the yeah all of the big shit that we've just kind of put on the horse? Let's just stow in Toggen's room.
For me, and I will contribute to some of the gold for that. How many days do we want to pay them up front or when we get back?
They
Uh,
would prefer you pay them up
We
front,
have,
especially because you're
yeah, we
going
pay up
down
front.
below.
Yeah,
After 24 hours
uh,
of non-payment, then your room is forfeit
Okay.
okay.
because they have no
If we come
idea
back
if and when you'll come
beforehand,
back.
yeah,
How
if
long
we
do
come
you?
back beforehand, we get our money back. I'm assuming. Is that right?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I
And it's typically a golden night for that room, for the rooms.
think so.
No, it's
Let's.
1 gold will get you 2 nights.
Okay.
Okay.
I will pay 5 gold then.
The one
Toggin,
And
how
gold
Toggen.
was
much
for
gold
the
are you?
bath
Oh, that's
and the
right. The
room.
one goes to the bath and the room.
Not very
Yeah.
expensive.
Um. we- Yeah. I. Oh, Toggin will fucking ask. How long does it normally take, like most groups, to come back up if they do?
Who are you asking?
uh, I mean, while we're discussing going down into the thing and rooms with the barkeeper, might as well talk
yeah,
to him. Ask
exactly.
him, how long do most people spend down there?
So the
I'm avoiding this entire interaction. I don't
Oh,
even want to
okay,
hear
I
his
see.
voice.
He doesn't even want to look at the bartender.
Durnan is not there. It is early morning. There's a female. You think it might be a half dwarf. If it's human, it's not a very good looking human. Um, if it's a dwarf, it's a very tall dwarf. You're not really sure, but she's behind the bar and she says, "Ah, well, all depends on the group. Uh, good half of them never even come back. It's probably because there's another exit down below, I'm sure. And some of them come back in a matter of half an hour. Others are down there for days. It really just depends. You have some of your. She looks over at the bard. Some of your less traveled types who prefer sleeping in a bed, and
I,
don't.
I,
They'll come
I
back
do love my
at the
bed.
end of the night. After a few hours, and then go back down the next day. So it's
I
there isn't any real standard at all.
That sounds really good,
Oh, the
actually.
bartender definitely told her about you.
This
Was
guy.
definitely like, oh my
That
god,
that
this
wasn't
fucking
even in my
asshole
head. Now
came
I hate
in
him even
earlier.
more. All right. He's just out here talking shit. He is my enemy. Fuck this
Oh
guy.
my god. His character goal is now just take over the bar from him.
Just
Just kind of.
fucking do anything to flex on Durham.
That's great.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Yo, coming up for the night does sound like a good idea though.
he's
Are
not
we
too
can
bad sleeping not in bed.
We'll play it by ear.
So we're
Tuggan will
saving one room
probably
and
be
putting everything in
outvoted,
one.
but like he's okay with just kind of sleeping on the ground. We have comfy bedrolls. Just
I have a
saying.
fancy bedroll in my thing.
Oh yeah, everybody but Zorkel has fancy bedrolls.
I keep
That's
laughing.
right.
We're getting our supplies together, and he just sees them like,
At least I'm pretty.
Even
At
scrambles
least
is
you're pretty, yeah.
getting.
Say that again. You cut out. Was that Kendrick talking?
Yes, it was.
It was.
Oh, I cannot fucking hear you. You are cutting out.
Figures.
Now you're fine. But
That was clear. Yeah, the other one just
That's
stopped.
hysterical. Figures that's so good.
It's so funny because like every time it's the unimportant stuff that's clear. It's the people talking in the background, but not him talking right into the mic.
Anywho,
No, I know it's funny because you guys can probably hear just about every sound going in my room, but except my voice, which is a hell of a lot closer.
And all of that was perfect. So
Yeah.
whatever you did, keep doing it. That worked.
No, so for the last several weeks, what I've been doing is whenever I'm sitting at my desk, I put my phone on a towel, and for whatever reason, that seems to stop the weird noises from happening. I put it on my desk, actual desk, cause all sorts of issues. So I have it on a towel, little
Weird.
folded
Yeah,
towel
it's really
platform.
fucking weird. But hey, if it works.
I'm getting a new. I'm gonna have to get a new phone. So anyway, they did the most recent update, version 12 for my Nord N200 plus G5, whatever the fuck it is. They added a pocket mode that cannot be disabled. So whatever reason, every once in a while, it'll just enter into pocket mode while it's sitting anywhere, and I have to keep, randomly finding the stupid thing. I can't see well enough without my glasses to see the stupid little things that I have to poke to get back to normal mode. and unlock the
Clarify what
phone.
pocket mode is.
So when it's in your pocket, it freezes the screen, so you can't use it. But it makes you do like a pattern. It'll have a little pulsing light type, but really faint. Somewhere on the screen, you got to touch it, and you have to do that 4 times, and then it'll bring you back to your lock screen. But my point
Oh,
was
that
to the guy
sounds
that I was talking to today, the tech, was like, if I have a lock screen and I have it locked, then I don't have to worry about butt dialing. So I don't need pocket mode. So I've got to, it's
Wow.
password protected. It can't just dial. So he's like, well, with version 12, we can't disable it. It's just a new feature for everybody's security. I'm like, well, not time for a new phone. Thanks.
well. It is what it is.
All right, so
I've
you
had this
guys
phone for
eat breakfast,
almost a year now.
and you talk to the bartender briefly. Anybody else? You guys stash your stuff in the room. Um, there there is a stables in Waterdeep, so you can just do that. Um,
Oh.
oh, and Zinlu says make sure you never leave home without your towel.
Eh,
Right?
I still don't
Multi-use.
understand the point of leaving things in the room. What's the reason for that?
There's a lot of crap you guys were carrying, so she was just Toggin was just saying you don't have to. The horse was burdened with like the dragon head and some scales that you
Tent.
guys had found in tents
Right,
and things
you
like
still
that.
know
So
everything.
That's pretty intense.
you can
Sorry.
just leave it in the room without having to worry about it, and the horse can stay in the stalls. And since they don't have to do anything to it, they don't have to exercise it, they don't have to feed it, they don't have to care for it, like
It
brush it,
doesn't have muscles to
all
atrophy.
those other things. Then it's very inexpensive. It'll be uh, 1 gold for a week, mostly just because some of the
Golden.
stable hands are freaked out about the undead horse.
There's
Why? It's nothing freaky about that, okay?
a lot of
Bones
Well,
shouldn't be walking around.
exactly.
yeah. Tuggen will put in 2 gold pieces into the pool for keeping the room and the horse and stuff. I know Scrambles was putting some in and I didn't catch how much, but
I'm paying for 10 nights of stay. So
Okay.
5 gold is what I'm paying for the
Uh-huh.
room.
then
It'll
I'm
cover 10
paying
nights. I can't imagine we're going to be gone for more than 10 days without coming back up. But if we
yeah.
are,
Then I'm paying for 2 weeks of stabling your horse.
cool. I appreciate that.
All right,
Just
so
in case we need it, but I don't think it'll be the case.
I mean, we might want to just kind of move in down there. Who knows?
Could
after
also be like a time shift type of thing. We
Timeshare?
come out, yeah, time shift. Yeah, no, a time shift.
Oh, a time
Something.
shift.
We come out,
I was gonna
8
sign
years
us up
older.
to stay in Florida while we're down there.
That's right.
We know you came down the yawning portal, but have you heard of the Epcot Center? How do you feel about Disney World?
all right, so you are paid through the 2nd of Hammer. So that is
I've also
Nightmare.
gone through the painstaking task of putting everything into my bag of holding, my backpack, my pouch. So that way, if you say a goblin runs off with your pouch, you will know exactly what's in my pouch. If a
Excellent.
goblin ran off with your
Ooh.
backpack, you'll know exactly what is in my backpack.
It
Yeah.
also
Because
protects.
now that
It's
I have a
also
bag of holding,
CYA because if
yes,
I say, I want them to steal something, and I look in your inventory and
your
nothing
inventory,
is labeled, then I can
yes.
just randomly pick.
Yeah. Well, for example, like when you said the words dragon head, in my notes it says dragon head at shop in town because
Yeah.
I left it at shop in town. I
And
don't
you
have
can
the
also
dragon head.
just look at the dragon head in your inventory and just say shop.
Yeah.
So for the
I put in shop just so I know
yeah,
where it is. Same thing with all
that's
the
good.
stuff that's in my pouch. My backpack is just BP and BH is bag of holding because I'm not gonna write bag of holding backpack. So
And you're
Well,
paid
if
through the 22nd of
you can just
Naito.
write bag and then hit tab and it'll autofill.
Gotten?
ooh, I did not know that. Thank you.
No, not gotten. It is Taugen.
But anyway, 99% of the crap that's in my inventory
Nine portal
is properly marked in my inventory.
expires. Alright, so as you guys are getting ready to head down, or talking about it and talking to the son of a mother. Alright, hold on. I'm pulling from like 4 different sources as I'm running this adventure for you guys. And so as I'm looking through my preparation and stuff, I'm like, yep, link, good, good, good. And then I'm like, okay, I need this. I don't have the link. Where is it? So
Sven's prepared for everything except for the things that we actually do.
Right.
there we go. That's what I was looking for. Boink. Okay, so go ahead and everybody give me, are any of you, I'm going to do this
Yes.
once, even though most of you are experienced players. Um, I will do the old DM lead. Are any of you talking to anybody in the tavern or listening to conversation or anything besides the barkeep?
Yeah, Jackson's been all along. Jackson's been the scout.
Um, I'm thinking.
He's trying to get the
Talk.
pulse of the place.
I'm thinking like it depends if there's anybody that like fucking patches Toggen's eye that he would like talk to in particular. But if there's nobody all that interesting, then he's just kind of minding his own business and eavesdropping.
Okay.
Those do not go together, minding your own business and eavesdropping. But I said the words. He's yeah.
This guy, this
They're
guy, this,
actually antonyms. So
By the way, if I haven't
I
already, I do want to shout out that Atomic and Zinlin were both hanging out, chilling, and that bit about the
Atomic.
towel. Thank you for pointing it out. It's actually from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I was like,
Yeah,
I
he's a
know I've heard that because you can use it for a bed, you can use it for a mask. There's a lot of things you can do with a towel besides just drying yourself. But where do I know that from? And that's where it's
that's
from.
that's
It's
why
from Hitchhiker's Guide to the
that's
Galaxy.
why you need a fucking need, I guess. Everybody needs a need.
yeah, from Sneeville. Scrambles is gonna see if he can get anybody who can give him chalk, like to like write on like walls and stuff.
Mm.
Because Scrambles is not great at dungeon delving, and while his survival in the actual wilderness is pretty badass, he hasn't really spent a lot of time dungeoneering. So he's gonna try to see if there's anybody in the tavern that has chalk. He's not gonna leave the tavern because he's ready to go down the hole and he's ready when everybody else is. But
Mm.
he is gonna poke his head around and ask, "Hey, does anybody have like chalk or anything I can use to not get lost while I'm down in the dungeon?"
I know that there is an item that is like never-ending chalk. So like, if nobody here has it, you can try looking at
Oh,
like
I'm
shop
fine with
nearby.
ending chalk as well. I just Scrambles knows if you write on the walls, it's a lot easier to find on the walls that you've been to. So
Yeah,
it's easy to know where you've been if you write, "Hey, I was here."
Scrambles wants to scribble.
All right, so to facilitate a scribbling scrambles, yes, there's, you can say you got chalk.
Cool.
I will throw it in party sheet. It's straight out of the player's handbook. We'll say that you
There's
got that
chalk. Oh,
yesterday.
that's cool.
Uh, how many pieces of chalk do you want?
Are we talking like sidewalk chalk that's like thicker than
Yes.
your thumb, carrot size, or is this like little baby
Yes.
school chalk? Okay, sidewalk chalk. I would like 3 pieces of chalk. please. And I don't know how much chalk costs, but I'm willing to
It's
pay.
150 gold each.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
We
just
gotta
kidding.
talk about that.
It is
We chalk it up to inflation.
1 copper piece.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's
Yeah.
100 pieces of chalk for 1 gold.
Is there somebody with 100 pieces of chalk?
Oh my god.
I'm assuming I'm just asking somebody who's sitting around the bar who looks like they came out of the hole, and I'm like, hey, you have chalk since you were just down there? But
I wouldn't say that out loud. You look like you came out of the hole.
yeah, you look like
Yeah.
somebody who belonged in a hole.
All right. So
Okay, taking away my chalk now.
just grab it from the party sheet and you can add any number that you want. Don't worry. And
Perfect.
if you really want to be anal, you can remove the copper piece or 1 silver piece if you want to be generous. You can
I
get
did do that. I already got rid of it. I took 3. I got rid of my chalk
and
already.
just change the
He
number.
is rolling in the dough.
So
He
you've
is
got,
rolling.
for some reason,
It's
this
just a few, not that
potion.
much.
Pull the potion of fire resistance because for some reason it doesn't want to come out.
Do you want me to take that? Okay.
Yes. Also,
I have it.
there's a potion of greater healing in there. If someone wants to grab it. And
I have one, so I am good.
the soul ichor. I don't know who's going to take that.
I don't.
I thought Scrambles were taking that.
Fine.
Just get rid of the whole name.
But the answer is no. Scrambles didn't change his name.
Yes, he was forced to.
No, I just have
His name is
the
shortened. It's
party
just the
sheet
moniker.
open. I have the party sheet open, and I'm looking at the assignment section, and I just see just backspace, 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 just going back through the whole fucking name.
All right.
Um,
So Zorkel, you're there, and the rest of them are you're sort of hanging out in the background or trying not to looking for it's like that sore tooth that it's not hurting right now, so you put your tongue on it just to see if it still hurts. You're sort of looking for Dorgrin, but don't really want to see him, that type of thing. And you notice the bard from last night, as you guys have seen before. His name is Three Strings, um, and he sort of sidles up to you and so I hear you're heading down below.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Perhaps you could do a fellow bard a favor, huh?
What are you looking for, old man?
So
Land
I've
with
got
me?
this a pouch. There's a female half drow that lives down in a tavern down below called the Flagon and the Dragon. It's there in Skullport. Um,
Wait, like down the well?
yes. uh
Okay.
And I need to
Is it?
get this
It's the
pouch to
Flacken
her.
Dragon.
It has now just be aware, this is a Shadowjack bag. You would know a Shadowjack bag is a leather pouch that has been lined with a very thin metal net, so it can't be cut. Also, there are hooks pointing down around the lip, so if someone tries to reach their hand in, as soon as they try to go to pull it out, their hands get all sliced and cut and jagged. So it's to prevent pickpockets. And if you're wondering, the way you open it is you fold down the lip, exposing all the hooks, and then reach in. Anyway, um, so he says, "This is a Shadowjack bag. If you could deliver that to Matron once, that would repay my debt to her. And I've got a few gold that I can throw your way."
What? What's the check on
meanwhile,
that
I'm
to
over
see if
here
he's
like,
being like
damn,
if he's
You're
this
not
being
guy's
around.
honest?
just bought a
This is
the
just
Count of Monte
he's
Cristo.
whispering with
Bard to bard.
Okay.
Having
yeah,
a Bart to Bart.
It's a B&B.
and
Bard on bard violence.
and Kendrick, you
Murder,
are
murder.
correct. I'm definitely going with the um, Dr. Demento song vibe.
Yes.
See that lady? What kind of hairstyle would you say she has?
What kind of hair stuff?
Anyway,
Ha,
so yeah.
where's
Um,
this bar at?
but the answer,
Down there.
What was that called? I can't remember the actual sketch called, but this bulbous bouffant thing.
I believe it's just called
Anyway,
bulbous bouffant. But
it had
let
a
me
weird
look.
name.
So to
I'll look up the font.
answer
Have it
your
in front of me.
question, Zorkel, he says, "Oh yeah, Skullport's a whole city down there, and you'll see. Well, one of the places a lot of people prefer to stay down there than try to come all the way back up here. Um, but it's easy. You can't miss the flag and the dragon.
Okay, what was her name again? I'm gonna pull out a pen and paper and write it down.
So the if you go over to the right, you've got all those options on the right, and one of the brown headers says campaign,
Uh huh.
and underneath that there's quests.
Ooh.
And this one
Nice.
is, let me share it.
I got a quest, guys.
There we go. So you shouldn't, yeah. So now you'll see it in there. It says pay a Harper debt. So when you click it,
Cool.
it's just so the answer, but the answer to your question is 3 strings because he plays a 3-string lute.
Is,
And when you
is
come
it
How
back
just
saying that
me,
he's,
or does Sven's mic sound a little bit like Kendrick's? It might just be me.
No, it is
No, it's a
glitchy a little
little,
bit.
Okay, it is.
little robotic.
all right, how about now? Does that sound a little better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were kind of
See if
cutting
that
in and
works.
out. It's like we could get the general gist of it, but there were details that were a little bit lost.
And just watch out for that Dragonborn mage, Velrax. Uh,
Dragonborn mage. Is he like evil? Is he like lurking down there, or like is he just like a guy that hangs out?
well, uh, the DM
Just a dude being a dude.
misread the last sentence and didn't jump to the thing. Once you deliver the pouch, besides the money I can give you when you come back, I'll tell you about a place where you can stay that is guarded by Felrax, and that way you don't have to come all the way back up here. You guys can stay there and get a long rest if you need to.
Ooh. All right.
He's like getting instructions to like an exclusive hotel stay.
I just like this. I've got a pretty good gig up here now that I've finally been. I'm allowed to play here a couple nights a week, and I make enough to where I can just relax. I don't have to go down in there and do the.
Listen, what was your name? 4 strings, G strings, 2
3
strings,
strings.
3 strings. That's right.
You got
Um,
everything except the actual thing.
uh, how's
I
about
can
this,
find
buddy?
somebody else if it's too much trouble.
No. I
Takes.
want to do it, but do you think you could put in a word with that bartender that's here, the owner? Isn't he a fucking asshole?
That's my father.
This guy is spreading rumors too, trying to destroy this guy's reputation.
Oh, oh yeah, he's the worst. But I tell you what, the patrons here they enjoy people who come here usually have gold, especially if they're coming back up. Sometimes they'll have gold to spend, um, or they're coming in here. The nobles will come in here just to listen to the tales, get a feel, say that they came to the yawning portal. So it's a good gig. I do what I need to do. Do a little kissing up if I need to, uh, because the money's good.
So don't tell him
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Ring
All right,
String said that he's
for
an
sure.
asshole.
I get you. Yeah, I'll deliver this letter for you, buddy.
All right,
No
and
problem.
so while you're doing that, Jackson,
Yes.
You hear a couple of guys talking. Um, uh, looks like you can smell the fish from where you're sitting. The scent of
Okay.
fish. Clear. It looks like there's some sort of fisherman and stuff, and from what you're able to overhear, and boink, um, you hear them talking about a scavenger. I'll go ahead and share that with everybody, just in case anybody else wants to know. So you can, if anybody wants to, in your notes, or if you don't have a note, you can make a note, and then just pull that shield over into the note. Uh, you may have to enter a couple times to bring the cursor down, but you can then drag that note. Same thing with any image, any link, you can drag the shields over into a note. And if you don't know how to make a note, over there where it says player, same place where it says campaign, there's notes and characters. Click on notes, and you can right click, and it'll say at 6 o'clock, create item. And you click that, you can then make a name for it, and then type whatever you want underneath it, or like I said, drag notes like this. Anything from the chat, you can just click and drag that whole paragraph or description or whatever. You can drag notes straight from the chat into there, so you don't have to retype them, stuff like that. So totally up to you guys how much notes you want to keep. All right,
Nice.
that's that. All right, and scrambles as you actually no, this would be Godin. So Godin, your Sylvanas symbol is visible, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
both on my. I mean, I have the holy symbol hanging from my neck, and I also have it on my shield.
So as the rest of them are talking, getting ready, you guys have your backpacks and your stuff, and it's pretty apparent that you're getting ready to head down. This woman comes over to you and sort of does a little half bow. Um, are you so it's Toggin and Scrambles are talking to the bartender. Uh, Zorkel is sort of wallflowering by himself. Jackson, who are you with? Are you with Godin or are you with Toggin and Scrambles?
Uh, I think I'm Italian, aren't I? I don't know.
It's up to you.
Depends on the situation.
Well, Scrambles and Toggin are talking to the bartender and paying for the room and
Burr
stuff.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll
So
be there.
if you want to
I'm
be with
listening
us,
again. I'm the silently listening and paying attention, getting the feel, getting the vibe.
fucking silent witness
Okay.
kind of shit.
Yeah, I want to make sure this thing is legit because this sounds like very fishy to me. But if they're got like it's like a publicity thing and you got pamphlets they're handing out, you know,
T-shirts. I went into the
exactly.
yawning
So
portal. All I got was this
it's like
T-shirt.
yeah, exactly,
Yep.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because they could be sending us down there and it's just going to feed their monster. We ain't never seen us again unless we know.
Yeah. Just
But they obviously have a
giant
reputation.
sarlacc pit. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, because the longest dark vision is 120 feet, and this is 140 feet. So something's there below in that last 20 feet. You know, it could be Sarlacc, you don't know. All right. So, uh, go ahead and give me a history check. I'm gonna say,
I can help.
oh yeah. So you see this young noblewoman, and you recognize her. She was there last night as well. She was there, actually has been there. You've seen her a couple times. Um, Stands out a little bit just because of the clientele in the yawning portal fluctuates and changes a lot. Um, and there's not a whole lot of noble people. And so this one noble woman that you've now noticed 3 or 4 times sort of stands out in your memory. And she kind of works her way over and sort of standing there by your table, and she sort of nods a little bit and says, "Excuse me, I see you have that locket for Sylvanus. What does that mean to you?"
I am her sworn servant, and uh,
Sylvanus is a he.
she is my goddess, or gosh, excuse me, he is my god. Gender norms are not his thing, so uh, he is my god, and I always try to generally help people in need as a result of his help for me.
Well, I was hoping you would say something like that. I am Eleanor Rosnar, and I would appreciate your help. I am. May I sit?
Of course, I will pull a chair out for her.
Yep.
Is your freakishly long arms? You don't even have to get up. And so she sits and says, "Well, uh, I'm Esvel Rosnar, and my brother has gone missing. Um, I've found out that he's actually went down into Skullport, and I didn't realize our family has had some hard times here, and we're trying to regain some of that lost glory that we used to have. But I didn't realize he was stooping to such nefarious people. But if you could try to find what you can and figure out what he is, where he is, or perhaps even if the worst has happened, let me know what happened to him. His name is Crescendo, and he wears a ring that looks like this." And she shows you a ring with a bearing the Rosnar family crest, which is a diving white falcon on a field of blue. And she pulls it
What's his
off.
name again?
Crescendo.
Okay, go ahead.
It's an interesting name.
And she
It's
shows
like
you the inside of it as well. And there's an inscription in there. Um, it's also inscribed with "Fly high and stoop swift." Uh, if you can bring him back safely or deliver proof of where he is, then the family of House Rosnar will owe you and your group a favor.
Sounds good.
Crescendo.
Do we know what he looks like?
Yeah. Do we have a picture? Do you have a painting?
He has
Security type?
fair skin and dark curly hair, but he is trained in the arts of stealth and thievery. She sort of blushes a little bit, but like I said, the platinum signet ring that he wears is how you will know him more than anything else. And so I will also add this to the quest list.
Do we know what the signet? Does the signet ring
Just-
sort of symbol anywhere? Picture of that, or is it just we just imagine something with that R
It's a diving white falcon on a field of blue with the inscription on the inside. There you go.
on? Okay. Well,
And that's in the quest. It's in the quest. All right. So she thanks you for your time and wishes I pray upon you the blessings of Sylvanus as you search below. And she heads back to the table where she was sitting before.
cool. Oh,
All right, so anything else before we head on down? Anything else you guys wanted to do? All right, so everybody subtract a gold from your inventory. And let me see. Oh, that's right, Zorkel, you got raped anyway, so you don't have any. Um, give me a percentile, Zorkel.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
14.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to
That's one of the
say
lowest percentiles I've ever seen.
I'm
playing
going to
D&D.
see that say that you when on the morning you were out and about and casting the Misty Step spell, learning that and mastering that, when everything went wrong, uh, you actually had most of your stuff in your room, and so you have. Oops, if I can type, I'm gonna say do the math in my head here.
That was a good roll.
Yeah.
You have 39 platinum, which is 390 gold, and you have 125 gold
Bitchin'.
and 30 electrum.
Is that like Bitcoin?
That's half of a gold piece, so that's 15 gold worth of gold.
I was about to be like, oh yeah, as soon as Toggin sees Zorkel panicking a bit, he'll fork up some money, and then I'm like, wait, Zorkel has more money than Toggin does.
All right, and before we head out, did you, um, since we haven't really had a chance to talk away from everybody else, did you want a longsword? I mean, I thought I could have sworn you are an elf.
Yeah, wait.
I guess Eladrin don't use longbows. All right. I mean, did you want a hand crossbow or any other kind of simple weapon like a sling or javelin,
Nah,
spears, anything like that?
I'm totally fine. I'm
Okay.
cool.
All right. So don't forget
That's
you
on
have
you.
your
Hand
new
crossbows are fucking nice.
weapon.
Stabbies.
Yo.
ouch.
All right. So at this point, check your inventories. If there's anything you want from the player's handbook that you want to buy, if you want to be like Godin and spend 1,000 gold on healing potions,
Yeah,
you can do
I'm
so. Um,
I'm broke, but I am loaded. with stuff ready to save
right.
from the team from their foolishness.
Until you take your first fall for more than 10 feet and everything shatters.
I don't
Um,
take a fall.
uh,
Yeah, we
but
have
yeah,
a
check.
stick thing we do to make sure we don't fall into holes. Okay, it's tried and true.
That's right.
Stick
So
method.
yeah, everybody uses the rod of an immovable rod.
Right.
So if anybody has, like I said, if anything you need that's in the player's handbook, or actually I should say in the items list, that's not magical, besides heal potions of healing, um, and you want just don't mind paying full price plus 10%, then just drag it into your inventory to subtract the gold or silver, and we'll go from there. Obviously within reason, because every time a DM says that, I say, okay, I go buy a warship for 20,000 gold, or a ballista for 150 gold. Um, so within reason,
You
with
can
that
buy a
caveat,
ballista, but what are you gonna fucking do with a ballista?
Yeah,
drag it behind you and
Toggin,
shoot things.
How are you gonna get
Toggen's
I,
1,000
gonna.
gold? My question.
so I
How
have
many
someone
fucking?
in my campaign on Mondays who's a Goliath, and he actually has the physical strength and the size to carry a siege weapon if I allowed it, and he's asking to get one. So the pricing and size and place to get it, he's just got to get together the money for it.
Yeah,
But
and I'm totally
he's
cool
going to
with
end up with a siege weapon. It's a freaking ballista to shoot
it.
as a freaking Goliath. It's going to be awesome to see how that goes.
And I think that's awesome. But if he says, "Hey, I take my ballista down the tiny little elevator shaft," I'm gonna say, "Hey,
you're not
fuck you.
you're not wrong.
Not how elevator shafts work." Same thing with the warship. You want to buy a warship for 20,000 gold? Do it. Where did you get 20,000 gold? Yeah,
Exactly. No, getting the
So
money is where he's at.
I'm fine with you
Naturally.
doing crazy dumb shit. If you want to buy 1,000 pieces of chalk, go buy 1,000 pieces of chalk. Where are you holding 1,000 pieces of chalk?
exactly. Um, and
Yep.
just to clarify, this is a 40-foot circle that descends all the way down. This is not a
I
tiny little
understand that,
hole. So
but the picture of the elevator shaft doesn't seem like it would hold a ballista or a horse. If my horse can't go down there, there's no fucking way a ballista's getting
your
down
horse
there.
could
Well,
if it jumped
we're
down.
talking about getting rid of the whole frame of the ballista. So all he's talking about carrying is a big ass crossbow looking thing that's like twice the normal size of a person.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. Yeah,
he
I
could end up
agree
with
with that.
he'd carry that down this hole. But you're right, he ain't going through any small tunnels
Yeah.
with
Right.
that thing.
And your horse could fit down the hole. The point is
Just how getting him there.
getting it there and lowering him and everything else. Um, they are not willing to do that.
Neither am I.
All right. And you really don't need a
I heard
horse
that.
in a dungeon usually anyway.
No.
So,
All right.
Toggin is thinking like, we might need to climb. So, he's going to get a climber's kit and some rope and a grappling hook because that's
Not a
the
bad
smart thing to
that's
do.
not a bad call given that we are going underground. That's probably a
If
really good idea.
anybody else wants a climbing
We
climbing
already
kit,
have all
I
that
cannot
stuff.
drag
I
that
I
into
have that
that.
shit, and I even have a potion of climbing.
I don't
Scrimbles and Jackson already have that.
I don't.
Pythons and
And there's a lot of shit that I have already that is labeled now.
Well,
I'm just
But yeah,
saying you made it
it
sound
would not make
like
it
How
he
would
much
only
make
how much
sense that
has the stuff.
Toggin.
how
He
much
has
does that
our
climber's kit
well,
cost?
I was more announcing it to the DM and
Good call.
saying that if anybody else likes the idea and wants to also do it, because I don't know what's in your inventories.
Yep, good
What
call.
what
That's why you're explaining.
how much does a climber's kit cost?
25 gold pieces. Include special pythons, boot tips, gloves, and a harness. You can use the climber's kit as an action to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you anchored yourself, and you can't climb more than 25 feet away from that point without undoing the anchor. So it basically just means you can't fall into a pit and die from fall damage.
So I'd have to get rid of a couple of things. I mean, to
You
buy, I'd have to sell some stuff to buy anything right now. I'm broke because I bought a shitload of healing.
Oh yeah.
I have
But I
my
can get rid of. I
our
have a I have a silvery top, basically the endless spinning top, and I have a cold weather clothing that I forgot to get rid of that I could sell. That's like 30 gold minus whatever percentage they always take off of me.
Hmm.
Can I do a swap of those items for a climber's kit? DM, sir?
Yeah, if you feel it's necessary, go for it. You guys can do stuff like that. It's fine.
Let me get rid of
Oh yeah, Toggin left his
cold weather clothing and the
in that
silvery top.
So anything you
And
sell
pick up
50%.
50%. I'm still short 10 gold plus
I have gold.
12 gold.
Yeah, if you really, really want these things, you can like ask the party, and I'm sure that your friends might be willing to loan you some money so that you can like not die when we go adventuring.
Yeah, I'm not real big on
Spoil all the fun.
far away.
Okay, then don't.
We know where you live, so
Little Pyro 967, welcome. Hello. We're getting ready to jump down into the portal, the yawning portal. They're just
exactly.
figuring out what they want to do with their lives and what else they want to buy before they head down there. But welcome.
Oops. Silver.
And money doesn't make sense to me. It's 10 copper pieces per gold, right?
No, it's 100.
It's 100.
100
Oh, I'm
copper.
thinking of silver. I'm thinking of silver.
Silver.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm over here trying to do math and failing. Uh,
Well, does anybody else want a bag of holding that doesn't already have one? I'll give you that for a ridiculous discount of like 30 gold.
I thought we already had two of them.
We probably do. I've got one myself.
So I bought a bag of holding and he has his own, but he's trying to sell his bag of holding
Right.
because he doesn't want to borrow money.
Without getting
Give
rid of
away.
it entirely.
I'll
Sell
take it. How much you want?
30 gold.
Okay, it's all
That's a
yours.
super discount. Yeah.
damn.
Awesome.
Bag of holding
He's
to
like
him.
giving the friends and family discount,
Yeah,
but he's
I just
giving
don't
the
want to borrow.
friends and the
I'll
family discount.
I'll pay more. I'll pay
And what if you were
whatever.
given the money?
Yeah, let's round it up
I
to
feel better about
75.
something of a trade. I
Okay.
don't really need. I'm not a big items person except the stuff that I'm using for the group anyway. So, all right. So, yeah,
So just grab it, pull it over.
yeah, just grab it. I'll just add. I'm only adding 3 gold to my inventory,
All right,
and then
take your gold.
and and then the climber's kit.
70, 69. Well, that gives me 469. Okay, I've taken my gold out and turned for your gold.
All right. So how did you whisper to me?
I clicked on the tower and hit whisper to DM.
Okay. Then right click on the portrait of the character, and then 9 o'clock is
Aha.
whisper.
There it is. Cool.
You could also just do /W and type the character's name. But
All right. So as you guys are getting ready to head down, I'm going to share one map for about 2 minutes. See how this comes across.
My Twitch view is really funky tonight.
Yeah, mine stopped working at all.
It's like it's turning off and on every once in a while, and right now it's like super pixelated. No, I've not had that happen before.
odd. Just a second here. I need to fix. It might be because my computer's trying to implode because I've got too much stuff going on. Let me try getting rid of this. And turning off this. There we go.
Good.
Drink water,
So let's
trombone.
see if
What would happen if we all did the drink water at the same 5 or 10 minute stretch?
That's called waterboarding. And it would probably make Sven have to put stream on pause for a minute while he goes and refills his water bottle.
Go waterboarding.
yeah,
Okay.
It's not waterboarding if you use diesel.
yeah. I have a
Wait. I'll
cooldown
bring
on
my
that.
towel up there for you.
Yeah, I have a cooldown on that, so you can only redeem so many per stream and so many per every minute and stuff.
Oh, cheater. That's good stuff, though.
All right, so this is the map that was provided to you to use, so you can bask in its glory, and then close it,
Wow.
and we'll never use it again because it's just a black and white boring map.
And
Okay,
Sven
so I
wants to
can't
show off
close
his
that
handiwork.
because if I close that, then we have no sound. So let me open it back up and see what else I can close. There we go. All right, so while I'm figuring this out, I will send you this.
Okay. The spike-tailed griffin thing going in the hallway. What's with that?
He's pretty.
That is actually Manticore, which you guys should be really
Oh, there
familiar
we
with
go. Okay.
because you guys
Yeah.
had.
Is that
Yeah,
the same entity?
it's more majestic though.
Minuet?
Is that the same one?
No.
Is he just pissed off at us?
Definitely a different one.
Could be, who knows? We will see. But no, different color
I
hair
never
and
did find him,
stuff like that.
and I got sidetracked.
That is correct.
We
Here
were
it
searching
is.
for him when we ended up going through the portal into Devil City.
No, that's not the one I want.
Well, sure hope Minuet's alright.
He's a magical beast. He's fine.
Even magical beasts die all the time, my dude.
We killed a magical beast while he was fighting when he got injured.
Saying that you can't kill him. I'm saying he's a magical beast. Advantages that others don't have.
Yep. All right, so waiting for Fantasy Grounds to catch up. As you guys hear, it is. All right, so let me just check one last thing. Make sure I did it. Okay, good. I did not fail as a DM this time.
You did it!
So let's see. We'll drop you guys here. All right, so who's going first?
Uh.
You can only go one at a time.
Jackson will go down first.
Holy crap! Our order thing is like ancient.
Yeah.
Well, typically we have scrambles or Jackson at the beginning.
The order in the watch order is right. Our marching formation we haven't done in forever.
Yeah.
As we are loading up and going down the hole, Scrambles is looking at Zorkel. He is noticing he doesn't have any armor, so he's going to dig into his backpack and he's going to pull out a thing of chainmail. He's going to offer it to Zorkel and say, "Do you want this? All you have is guitar and sword.
You look weak.
You look vulnerable."
I don't want to carry body back up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess I'll put that on for now.
Oops, I put
Yeah,
the
he
wrong
has
thing on for a
studded.
second.
He wears studded leather.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he had armor or not.
But if he
Is
wants
Have
chainmail,
armor.
that would work just fine.
Have an extra set of
is it
chainmail
Does
because
he
Um,
have
God,
enough
depends
strength
on
to wear it?
depends on the. All right, let's see. All right, so while we're checking that out, I'll go ahead and give you guys this map. And Toggin, if you want to go ahead and
is
add light
chainmail
Oh yeah, no. Toggin
once it
has light
pops up.
cast on himself.
is chainmail better than what I'm wearing currently? The
Yes, you have.
stud leather.
If you can wear it, it is better. But it also depends on the. Keep in mind, chainmail gives you disadvantage on stealth.
Right, and it's also kind of. No, I'll wear the studded. I'll be fine. I'll be cool.
cool.
It's your funeral. Literally.
Scrambles is fine with that choice if that's the choice you've made for your life. Scramble can make new friends. It's okay. Somebody says, I'll just make new friends. It's fine. He puts it back in
I
his
don't
bag.
I don't mind re-rolling. It's fine.
Meanwhile, Toggen's standing over there with armor even worse than Zorkel's, but he, I don't think he can wear chainmail. So,
Oh, I
And
would
on
have
the
assumed if you want chainmail, you can wear chainmail. I'll give you the chainmail back.
on
My
the
friend
opposite end
crashed.
of the spectrum, you have Godin, who is in plate,
Yeah, I am in full
adamantine
on
plate.
adamantine plate armor that
yeah.
is noisy as fuck. There is no sneaking around, even though I think I'm ridiculously sneaky.
Oh fucking hell.
All right, so
Yeah, no, you wouldn't even be sneaky with invisibility cast on you.
No, not right now. Not without some sort of sound buffer. Need something that there is a spell that eliminates sound. I just don't
Silence. Yeah.
have it.
Might
all
want to
right,
get it, my dude.
Scrambles has a bell necklace on at all times.
so you do come down one at a time.
Yes.
This particular instance, nothing happens while you guys are waiting. It takes, I believe, it's 5 minutes for the trip down and then back up
God
and
damn.
back down and back up. It might not be that long. I don't. Fancy Grounds
When
is
it's my
locked.
turn, I'm gonna pull out my lute and I'm gonna sing a song while going down. And God, what song am I gonna sing?
Going
Ring of
down in an earlier round.
yeah, that
We're
one.
going down swinging.
Fallout
Yeah,
Boy.
And start moving. Start
singing
swinging the
Fallout Boy
elevator with
for
you.
sure. Uh-huh.
That's appropriate as fuck.
Well,
The
please
guy
do not fall
complex.
out, boy. We do not want to clean up your body once it hits the ground.
Is a guy complex. Cock it and pull it, right?
Yeah.
You can cast Featherfall
Yeah,
with
and just jump.
just uh, give it a little preview of when I do a bard. When my bard casts Featherfall, said maybe I'm gonna fall safely, 'cause after all, casting Featherfall.
I don't think I took Featherfall,
Meanwhile, I know that Sven's been
unfortunately.
watching or listening to Bombarded, which is a great podcast.
All right, so you guys can move yourselves around in this room. This room is okay. So on my version of the player view, everything looks hunky dory. Does anybody have any issues with their version?
Nah. Scrambles, you are the other party member that does not have dark vision, correct?
I have glasses that give me dark
Ah.
vision, so if I get to a place that it is dark, I will put them on. But my fantasy grounds is freaking out at this point, so give me a moment to get in. It's doing the same thing it did last week where it kicked me out, and now it won't let me back in without
Yeah, I
a
see
bunch of
where
hoopla.
it kicked you out. Unauthorized. A bunch of
That's cool though.
things. All
I'm
right.
getting in. But yes, I have goggles of night in my backpack.
I
So you
I can
have
wear.
there are as you guys lower down, You see 60 old shields hang on the walls.
60?
60,
No,
60.
16.
Are they just hung up all like haphazardly, or are they like in a in some sort of format, like 10 by 6, you know, 5 by 12?
Does not appear to be any kind of special pattern or design to them. They're all different shapes and sizes, from kite shields to round shields to bucklers to big tower shields, everything in between. 60 old shields hang on the wall. And
Wow.
60 old
there's
shields
sand
up on the wall. 60 old shields.
as you land. There's a 40-foot square room. Um, you see there's big entrance to the southwest that leads out, and a thin layer of sand covers the floor. Dusty, dented, rusted shields. And you also see that the shields and the wall have graffiti on it. Tomic's heading out, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and
Tomic.
take a
Atomic.
quick break. I'm gonna look and see if there's anything I can shut down. Not sure that there is. I'm gonna see if I can shut down something. So because my computer's dying, I might switch back to Chrome and see if that makes it better. The whole point is I switched to Opera to try to make it to where my computer didn't do this, but I don't see that it's helping. So anyway, let's take a quick 10-minute break. It is that time, and we'll be back at 7:41.
Cool.
All right, we are back and ready to rock and roll. I was
Woo!
messing with my camera. Right now it is not exploding, so hopefully that this change. I cannot see you guys. I mean, I can see you guys just fine because I have both the little windows open, but I'm not pushing my video through the website and back and then broadcasting it again. So until that seems to work, so we'll give that a shot. We don't have Reno or Ken or Lord Cinder on camera, so hopefully that when they come back, it will not explode. But we'll give it a shot and see. Hopefully that should also take care of the problems you were mentioning with Twitch. Um, so that's cool.
Here's hoping.
All right, so the list up there, if for those guys, is the Svenzone. There's two options. One is roll randomly, the other one is to pay for it. So if you pay for it, you get to pick from the list that's up there. So it's been a minute since I've showed you guys that, so I'll just remind you. All right, so you are in this opening spot. You've got sand, these shields around you. The last person to go down can still hear the people making bets, and they have a board up on the wall with various names and odds and things as you head down. So, what do? You
Are
feel
we ranked individually
Are
or are we
we
all
on the
together?
board? Like,
Yeah.
both.
So
Both. You
let's
are
make a
individually
show of
and as a party.
looking.
Yep.
the scrambled eggs and then scrambles and then everybody else
hmm Yep.
is
Yeah,
ranked.
let's make a
Cool.
show of looking as weak as possible so that we can like bet on each other and make money when we come back up.
I literally said that I would make new friends because Charlie's not wearing the right armor. As we were going down this hole, I'm like, "Do you want real people armor?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, it's cool. I'll make new friends. Bye."
Savage.
So
You can
I
also
don't know.
just bet on him dying, so
The scrambled eggs party is a little fresh. Okay, cool.
we're a little
Um,
sunny set up.
yeah, I don't see any torches in here, and I'm assuming there's no magical light.
There is
So
magical light
there
because
is.
Well,
Tugin
I think
has
there's
light cast on himself.
yes,
Oh,
coming
okay.
from Toggin, correct. So you should be able to see not only the dirt, but it should be brown. And I say that because
Yes.
if the light spell wasn't cast, you would be able to see the dirt, but it would
Let's
be
see.
gray.
Aha. Now here's a question. If I put on the goggles, does it fuck with me because he has the light going, or I mean, how does that work? Are they like night vision
That
goggles, or
means so what happens is you can with a torch you see bright, you see in color for up to 20
yes,
feet, and then
yes,
if you're wearing
goggles of night?
and then up to 40 feet you see in black and white. If you're wearing the goggles of night, you
Yep,
see color 20 feet and black and white 60 feet.
perfect. But I'm saying because he has a light out, does it fuck with me or no?
No, no more than normal. So if you stare at the torch and then look away, you see spots.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Okay, cool.
yeah, that's one
So they're
thing.
not like night vision goggles, so then I will
Right,
put those on.
correct. That's
I'm
one
going
thing
to
a
take
lot
my
of
dread helm off and put on the night goggles.
people get wrong in movies and stuff. You would not walk down the hallway with the torch held in front of you. It would be at best at your above your head and to the side, so the light you can see past it and out. It would not be in front of you. Um, anyway, moving on. Just a minor thing. Let me check a party sheet and look at. All right. All right. So Zorkel, did you said you're sticking with the studded leather, or did you switch to chainmail? What did you ultimately decide?
I'm gonna stick with the studded leather.
Okay,
think.
so that is
I
something
can
we can
always
upgrade
hide or something.
as
Yeah.
well. So once you get a little bit more money, you can get like a ring of protection or cloak of protection or something to give you a little bit more than a 13 armor class. Main thing, if they can't, if they aren't next to you, they can't hit you with melee weapons. And if you're in between if Toggen's in between you and them, then they can't hit you with ranged weapons. So just saying.
So what you're saying is that I should be definitely the
Use
tank.
your party as meat shields, is what Sven is saying.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you senses, dark vision,
Yeah.
60, choink, space, FT. Yes, God.
No, go ahead. Still looking at stuff. I was trying to figure what would be the best. But it's, I mean, my aid was good for 8 hours.
Correct.
I'll ask, should I do it now? I was going to ask the group, would you like me to cast aid now or wait until we think it might be necessary? But do you think we're going to come across something in the next 8 hours, or
Probably. There is good chance we will come across something in 8 hours.
let's
I
go with,
agree. I think you should cast it if you have a
You
chance
also
to.
may want to check the casting time on that. I think that's one of the few spells that takes longer to cast. I don't
it's
remember.
single action.
Okay. Oh, I didn't. I thought aid was longer.
No, it's
Okay. All right. So, like I said, you guys can move around if you want.
Feel free to move about the cabin. Tuggan would like to be somewhere near the front. So,
Have at
I'm
it.
gonna
As
somebody can
I'll
be in
follow
front, and
behind you.
he would like to be first or second.
additional 5. Oh, for each
I'll
spot.
just follow behind Toggen.
you have a fighter and a barbarian, and letting the witch lead.
Right? Yeah. No.
How do I give myself dark vision on my token?
What do you mean?
If I
You
step away from Talgan, I cannot see any longer, and I have vision,
do this,
dark
Oh.
vision.
and then
I don't know how to do it.
I do. Hold on.
Do your goggles have an effect?
Yes,
Then
they
I
give me
do
dark vision.
this.
Well, yes. Do they have a coded effect that you
I
should
don't
put
know.
on yourself?
I
Because
don't
that
know.
is probably
I
the
went to
missing
my
piece.
inventory and I equipped it to my person and I unequipped the dread helm because I didn't think
I've
I
got
could
it.
wear the glasses over the helm. Unless you're gonna let me wear the glasses over the helm, and in that case, I'll be wearing both.
I mean,
But I didn't think that was a little too steampunk for the campaign, so
All right,
I went with
so that
101.
should work now. Let's take this off. Goodbye.
eye scrambles. Fuck you.
I went invisible. I learned how to do it, but no one was looking.
And let me do
Mm.
that. Okay, I do have that on.
Yes, Scrambles is actually mastered the art of
There you go. So you should be able to see
shows
now.
still that he is invisible to the naked eye.
We'll find out in a moment.
Oh,
I'm gonna hug this wall right here, but I'm also
I think it might be easier to hug it if you go to the corner.
yeah.
Get your arms around it.
I'm also just gonna say
Okay, there we
dumb
go.
stuff while we're out and about through this entire thing, like obvious adventure questions because you
Oh
guys have
my
never been
god.
like adventuring with me. Like
If you
a good
do something, if you say something of at least it can't get any worse, you're getting smacked.
what kind of dirt do you think this guy? Do you guys think this is? Looks like
Dirt is
sand.
dirt.
Do you think it's
So
sand?
1 second. I'm not used to people role playing, so let me finish talking to Scrambles. Then you can go back to your role play.
Yeah.
So if you can't see anything, click your token, your portrait, and then you should see everything in that room that you're in as gray, and then over where
Yes.
Jackson is
Yeah.
in color.
No, I moved away from Talgan intentionally to see if I could see through the light.
Okay.
and Tongan ran next to me, so I couldn't tell. And then I got
Oh,
dragged
sorry.
magically across the map again, so I had no fucking idea who was moving me.
I
I
moved
thought
you
Yes,
Toggin
away from
was
Toggin
like
so you could see.
following
yes,
you. Yeah,
that's
So
what I did
sorry.
initially. The Tongan ran behind me. The DM said, "Put the fucking fighter in the front," and so I went to the front. And Tongan was like, "No, I'm in the front," and I was like, "Okay, fine then."
no, I
No.
just
But
said the
yes,
witch was leading. She wants to lead.
Oh
He
no,
wants to
mhm.
lead,
she's
so
okay with not being first, but he would like to be second.
It's fine.
So
I can
like,
see now, so I will
and
go
that'll be
wherever
fine
people want.
for until at least the first fight. It'll be fine
Yeah.
having the witch in front or the first trap
yeah,
or
So,
sure.
whatever. That's fine.
Yeah,
so as we're down
you
here,
guys
we're
can
walking
see much
around.
better than him.
Scrambles is gonna. I didn't ask around the bar very much. I just didn't have the time to do it because there was no time. There was no ample time to check out and ask questions about the dungeon. So I just we're freeballing it down here. But I assume most of the beginning of the dungeon has already been pretty pillaged and ran through. So I don't know how much we need to tiptoe through the first parts of the dungeon. What do you guys think? Should we kind of keep a brisk pace and just go deeper and deeper until we get to something that seems less explored?
He's likely assumption.
Sure. Or it could be magical and doesn't really make any difference under what we do.
That could be true, but
At least yours is a
Scrambles,
plan.
I didn't have any time to talk to anyone in the bar because we were so rushed and everything was moving so quickly.
Well,
Uh,
Jackson had plenty of time. So, you want me to roll for something?
We
None of
should.
us did. The point is, we didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, we
We had
didn't
lots
need to
of
do it.
time.
No,
We
you
had all
did.
the time in the
Jackson
world.
did. Jackson did.
Oh, he
Jackson
did?
spent
Okay.
all of his time in the bar. He did
We
it in
should
the
find
morning. He
this
did it at night. He
town
spent the
that I
time
was
trying to
told
figure
about.
out.
Yeah, and I shared it with you, the thing about the ship, and there was something else as well. Um, so real quick,
Yes.
before we get back to what Zorkel was talking about as well, did want to shout out
Oh,
Casino XT is here. If you guys remember from last night, he was given the gift sub by the Chip of Fools. Um,
yes.
Oh yeah.
and I was watching his stream. He does Switch stuff, similar to like Atomic Hero Squad does. So and they actually play some of the same games, like Asphalt 9. Uh, and when I last saw Casino, he was doing Pokemon Unite, which is sort of like League of Legends but with Pokemon. So you have teams of three fighting teams of three, or and I don't know what other iterations they have of the game, but it's pretty cool. So check them out when you guys get a chance. Casino XT, casinos with a K.
Oh, cool. Thanks for being here, Casino.
All right,
So,
so getting back to Zorkol, you were talking about the dirt. Would you
Yeah.
repeat that?
What kind of dirt do you guys think this is? I think it's sand. It looks like sand.
Dirt is dirt. Dog is like, it's fucking dirt, man.
um, yeah, it's it's the dirty kind. Let's not get hung up. Let's not get hung up on what things are made of. And Scrabble's just gonna keep walking. Gotta just keep going down the hall.
And Jackson's just dead center.
Trying to move my fucking map here.
As he looks over at Togged, Scrambles goes, I know. When I first met you, I thought you were weird, but this new guy is asking what dirt is made of and what type of things dirt is, and thank God you don't do that. I know you got your berries in your pouch, but at least you're not
Oh
asking
fuck.
me what
Don't be
shit is
talking
made of.
about people's berries in their pouch. That's just wrong.
What's happening?
Is very important. Sorry.
Terrible. He stops talking to Taugen. He looks disappointed. And
Oh,
in
we
his
fucking
mind,
abandoned Godin.
Scrambles remembers when he made fun of the guy about the dirt. Now he's like, man, I gotta choose a lesser two evils. We're gonna be berry puns, or are we gonna be talking about what dirt's made of? Our tokens are becoming locked. Is the DM telling us to stop moving?
I'm assuming
Yes,
so.
because you guys are talking and just wandering around. So hold on a minute. I've got still trying to fix the aid. Still trying to do some other stuff.
Mhm.
Cool.
So this is the last time. Well, I'm too nice of a DM to say that, but I'm going to try not to hold your guys' hand, but you're just ignoring everything else in the room and just leaving.
There's nothing else in that room.
There are 60 shields all over the wall, graffiti on the walls and the shields.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Charlie asked
I
what
thought.
pattern and shapes they were in, and you
Okay,
didn't say anything, so I
just
assumed it
checking.
wasn't important.
Sven actually hit important stuff in the
Okay,
graffiti, but we do not.
I did
Oh.
nothing.
Charlie said, "What shape are they in?
Just
What
like
pattern they're in?"
the
And then
the
we went to a
whole
break.
the whole job board outside. You guys
Yes,
looked at once and walked away. That's fine.
yes.
You
You
can
put
do
us in the town of
whatever you
Infinite
want to do.
Underground Maze,
Exactly. Yep.
so we don't give a shit about what's going on upstairs.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's
we
the
All
could
same
right.
give
reason
a
why.
shit after we come out of the underground maze, but like,
It's the same reason why Scrambles didn't walk around the bar trying to make buddies. I don't care. There's an infinite underground dungeon. I don't give a shit. Like, oh, I wonder if I could go get. Scrambles doesn't care. He's gonna run around and fight shit in a dungeon. If he saves a hero, he saves a hero. That's great. He'll never know until he comes out. It's not in Scramble's interest. He doesn't do that. He's a
I read the
simpler.
entire thing. I read the
What about
entire
the
thing.
entire thing?
I
I
read the entire bulletin board.
oh yeah,
mm,
so did I.
And I talked about, and I talked in the bar both morning and night. So if
yes,
anything had come up, I'm sure the general manager said something.
yes. But I was just thinking when we got down here, this is a dungeon that gets explored multiple times a day by groups of people. And the only thing I know about it is there's an exit somewhere in the dungeon. I was like, I didn't even think to ask if there's like obvious places that have been cleared out, you know? So who knows?
Welcome,
It could be all
Marbanya.
magic. It could be nothing there except for magic. A
Marbanya has
hole with
jumped in the
magic.
chat. We were just talking about the music you made, and
Yeah. Woo.
earlier because you are. I play that music when I start the show. Um, all right, why didn't that go? Let me move. Got in. All right, so go ahead. Let me check and see. So, Toggen, yeah, it did not change everybody's hit points. Um,
I thought it did the last time I used it. That's kind of weird.
so it's not weird. It's the fact that Fantasy Grounds made an update, and so I was getting a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
errors, and I turned a lot of stuff off, and haven't
It,
taken the time to turn stuff on and check and turn stuff on and check. So I just need to make some adjustments,
Should I
and
just
we will
add
go from
5
there.
temporary hit points?
Um,
Wait,
72.
why does one effect say 5 and one say 10?
they were the regular casting is 5, but I upcast it, and I was trying to make the changes when I hit the wrong button.
Mm.
So I accidentally cast it once, then I had to remove it and start over with and change the name, change it to 10 by upcasting it.
Gotcha.
All right. And
And then
Zorko.
yeah, cool.
Okay. So you guys come around the corner, and there's as you come around the corner, you see that there's some stuff up ahead in the hallway. That looks like there's carvings and stuff on in the hallway ahead of not the ones you're all in now. Let me go ahead and unlock it. Okay, now go ahead and keep moving.
Oh yeah, Toggin doesn't see shit. He's like, he's just along for the ride, my dudes.
Oh well. I like how that vision like turns off where you've already been.
All right. Yeah, so you should still see like in dark gray. It should still be there, so you know what the general map is. But if any enemies show up and stuff, you don't know, you can't see them, but you have an idea of where the map was and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, as you move up into this room, this long hallway, let me double make it to where the stream can see what's going on. So every 10 feet section of this wall has a 9-foot high, 4-foot wide, 3-inch deep door-shaped recess containing a bas relief carving of a demon. Each relief is a different kind of demon. Go
then-
ahead and, since you guys were just there,
Windows and fucking.
you notice that there are I'll just put this in the chat. So on the north, maybe, come on. Also, there's a skeleton. So many windows open. Um, on the floor. Go ahead and give me medicine checks, everybody.
Ooh.
Don't mind if I do.
We'll go through it.
And you can just throw it in the chat. It's DC 10.
Oof. I just already threw it at you. So. Oh, sheep.
Toggin, you can roll again.
It's taking a minute.
Here we go. That is not one I wanted.
Wow, Scrambles, your voice sounds a little bit different. You got possessed.
I rolled the fucking worst. Scrambles knows what medicine is. He's heard of it before. Got a vague medicine helps you feel good, but that's about all I know.
That reminds me of one of the Scrambles quotes that's in the quote command. It's like, I'm not trained in medicine, but I'm willing to do some weird shit. That's like one
sounds
of
like
my
something-
favorite Scrambles quotes.
It sounds like something Scrambles would say.
Because he did.
All right. Cool. We have, let me move the map over so the people, there we go, in the chat. Move this up. Medicine, scrambles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And 5. All right, so the rest of you recognize this, even from this distance, as a Kenku. Because of they're the ones that are the bird people.
Yeah.
They're they're a lot fewer bones. They don't have as many rib bones, and it's longer, thinner bones than the normal. All right, so let me go ahead and unlock this. Okay, so now go ahead and
Says
continue to
the rest
move.
of- But It's
I'm
fine.
sorry. These cavings, you said they're every 9 feet. There's a caving indented into the wall,
Every
or
10-foot
where are they?
section.
Every 10 feet. There's a thing in there. Okay.
And so it looks like I said, it's carved like a doorway. It's an archway with a door. Boom. Carving,
Oh look,
carving,
guys,
carving, carving, carving.
he's Kenku.
Do
Talking can
any of
finally
them have like
see it.
plaques that say the name of the demon on it?
No. And if you want pictures of any of them, I can show you pictures. If you're curious,
Sorry, I
you've
just
seen some of
cracked
them, you
my
fought some of them, but
And are
there's a
they
lot of
just
weird
statues
stuff
or are they
in
doors?
D&D. So if you want to know what one looks like,
It's
let
all
me know.
gibberish. It's all gibberish. It's just monsters. So we need to be careful. Think going to them, they may activate or something. I
don't
have
think
insight. Can I do an insight? See if I can figure more out.
You can do an investigation, yes.
Investigation. Okay.
Tugum would also like to do investigation to try to look for traps.
All right, so that will
He's
be
not
in
all
the.
that good at it, so
Okay.
I'm not expecting him to find anything. He's just going through his head of the things Scrambles told him to look out for, of like
Nice.
ropes across the ground
Yeah,
and
big wires,
big wires.
cloth draped across open holes.
All
Big
right,
piles of
so
leaves.
Jackson,
So
which ones are you looking at?
I'm gonna choose the one that I'm standing. It's on the north of where I am right now.
Okay, and Talkin, which one are you looking at?
Hmm?
Which ones are you looking at?
He's mostly looking at the floor in front of us.
He's
He's
checking for traps.
he's checking for traps. Just like, is there?
Okay, well, if you're checking for traps, I thought you said you were examining the reliefs.
Oh no.
So that would be perception. So give me a perception in the tower.
Nice. I'm better at perception.
And so the one you happen to be standing in front of is this lovely creature, the Dretch.
Oh, I've seen some of those.
That's what the carving is. Jackson.
Just cotton.
I mean, there does seem to be a family resemblance there,
Except for the dredge has better teeth.
right? The dredge doesn't skip out on his dental visits.
It's fine.
All right, and I'm typing something. You do not see any um, traps, Toggin. So if you're
That does not mean that there's no traps there, guys.
right,
All right. Well, Scrambles is just gonna kind of keep going.
okay, thank you.
He's doing the same investigation that Taugen is doing. He is looking for obvious things that are like big holes in the wall where there's like a sheet draped over it or big pile of
Sure.
leaves that looks out of place.
I heard the people in tavern talking. Look for
I would,
stones on ground that are higher than the others.
Yeah.
These new
Jackson
traps
whispers,
I heard about.
"Guys, there's no eyes here.
There's no eyes?
Jackson, there's no eyes on the dredge. I'm looking in just hole.
Oh, like one of those classic painting scenarios. Scrambles is aware of that as well. Sometimes people will cut holes out of paintings, stand
Ah,
behind them. He'll go
if
over
there's
to
no
one
if
of
there's
the
no clear, we could play some bowling or something.
Is
Or
Scrambles is
there
gonna poke into the
or
holes.
This is
The eye
Fantasy
holes.
handle.
Grounds is he spent. I got a thing that says the
Yes.
URL Fantasy Grounds is requesting to be opened. Yes,
Say
no,
yes.
yes, well, yes,
You
no,
may have
yes to
clicked
all.
on something. You may have clicked a question mark, which sent you to a web page or something else. I don't know.
Okay, all right, got it. Thank you.
There a statue in front of me or carve out near me?
So Scrambles, you're gonna come over and put your fingers in here.
Yes, there is.
Perfect. Is the one in front of me have eye holes?
No.
Oh, so they're solid.
Okay, so
I'm
you
gonna.
are in the south, from west to east. You're looking at a closet.
Closet? Or
Yep.
quasit?
Like a
Quasit.
The fuck is a closet?
Quasit.
it's a place where you store your clothes.
That's
We
what
It's
I
like
just
thought you
holding
said.
it, saying, closet. Say closet with
Zorkel,
your
I don't
tongue.
think you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, I don't know how I got there.
I'm
Oh, I think Sven dragged you to
Oh,
show something
gross.
to Chad.
Oh,
Ew, that thing is gross looking.
I moved
Anyway.
back. Yeah, you need to move me back.
Scrambles is going to find the eyes and he's gonna poke the eye to see if they like give way to like little peeper holes, or if they're
They do not.
solid. Like, okay. So it's this.
Do
Scrambles will yell that to the group. Hey, this one's eyes, they're closed. They don't look. Maybe there's like, maybe go mess with the statue, shake its hand, or push its nose, or kick it in the junk or something. See if it opens a special door.
Talkin
do
will come over and look at this one then, because Scrambles.
All right, so Kel, what were you saying?
do any of them just stand out like a bad like video game boss? You know what I mean?
Like you can tell which
Like you can just tell that
book
there's
on the
something
bookshelf is
sketch
going to be
about them. They
grabbed.
don't feel right, you know?
Well, it's hard to unsee these half-inch
Wait a
holes
second.
that are in the eyes of the
Scrambles.
one that
Sorry.
you can't see. I mean, the one that Jackson pointed out. Um, where are you? All right,
Hey,
Zorko.
Scrambles, don't you still have that wand that'll show us, like, traps and hidden passageways?
I do. I have the wand of secrets.
Just saying.
Isn't it only usable once?
Scrambles is gonna use his hands first and try to
Does-
do all the things that I just told everyone to do to the statue.
Hagen trusts Scrambles, so
Push
he's
his
also gonna try
nose,
doing those things.
shake its hand, touch its, tickle its grundle. He's doing all of those things. See if there's any kind of
All right,
moving parts to
what
Hold
are
the
the
you
door.
statue.
rolling for, Toggin?
Hagen is listening to Scrambles, and he's investigating this statue. He's trying to shake in its hand, looking at its
Okay,
eyes,
just to be
finding
clear,
nostrils.
these are carvings cut
Mm-hmm.
3-inch deep at the
Mm.
deepest part. They're not actual statues.
Oh,
Okay.
They're
gotcha.
Yeah,
carvings
like a raised
in the
portrait.
wall, in the stones. Um,
Sure.
give me just a moment here. I'm typing.
That's weird.
And Jackson had a question. How often are you able to use the wand?
Me? Often.
Yes.
The one has 3 charges per day. I can get rid of one of them, and then the wand regains 1d3 at dawn. So 3 per day.
I'm gonna go check and see what the skeleton's up to.
So
Around.
skeleton is very old. Um, it has been down here a while. You do not see any kind of clothing or armor or anything else. It's just the bones. But like I said, you can see the feet are claws. Um, the bones themselves are longer than the average human. The hands and fingers are very long, um, and the skull is almost pointed. I don't honestly know if I don't think a kenku's beak would last as long as a bones would, but if it does, it has a beak.
I'm gonna check and see where his hand's pointing and look over there and see if there's anything there.
So this one is fish. All right, give me just a moment here. Let me
very crouched down and very surprise attackable. So, you know,
What?
You're kneeling on a plate.
yeah.
Oh, I misspelled it, or they misspelled it. One of the two. Okay. So you see this lovely creature.
Oh, sick.
Got another god.
Do all of them have pierced ears, or is it just like a fashion thing?
You are not familiar with the Nalfeshni enough. You saw a couple in the crowd watching you in the arena. Um, you don't remember if they all had earrings or not.
So basically, everybody in this room is looking at their own damn statues and each calling out, "Hey, Godin, this one kind of looks like you."
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna check out that statue, see what's going on with that.
All right.
Those Crambos will step back after failing. He's gonna go, well, I can't figure out, but I think there's something behind that, but I don't know if I can get in there. He's gonna step away.
You can get anything if you try hard enough force.
That is true.
You have an axe. Use it like that.
I have a hammer and a chisel too.
Yes, that would be much more logical against these stone carvings.
Yes.
It looks like a 9 foot high, 4 foot wide, 3 inch deep door shaped recess containing a bas relief of this Nelfeshli. You cannot see anything else out of the ordinary besides the odd posturing of the skeleton.
I'm gonna. Is the skeleton like fragile? Like will it break if I pick it up?
You don't know. Did you pick it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick it up.
Okay. Yes,
And
it
I'm
does not
gonna.
stay connected as you. Each
Oh,
bone will breaks off from the other
Yeah,
bones.
there's no ligaments here, dude.
gonna check for traps down that stairwell. So, this room's weird. Look, I found some stairs.
Yeah, stairs.
All right.
Hey
Is anybody
Jackson.
else
I'm
doing anything in the hallway? The stairs go
Hey
down.
Jackson. Did you check the carving in front of us with the eye holes? I poked it, but none of the stuff I did worked.
Something I was going to suggest, if somebody's standing over on the opposite side and kind of being casual, I can stand right on the side of it against the wall with the python and wait. And if something comes in there, you can signal, I'll stab it in the eye. There's something I came up with, assuming it's an eye hole.
Okay.
Other than that, we should just move along and we'll just be watched
Okay.
by some peeping Tom.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I love a good Smeagol situation.
A wet situation?
Smeagol.
Uh,
So yeah, we
Well,
will approach the stairs.
everybody sleep.
Stairway of
Walking in the
Doom.
dark.
Okay. All right. So you are. Um, all right. So okay. Hold on. All right. So
Bye,
you head
Jackson.
down the steps and come into a room. All right. And what is your passive perception?
4,000.
Jackson, on your front page.
I don't know where, on my front page. Okay, hold on. Passive perception.
It says perk.
Oh,
Under
15.
race. Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Noise.
That's under dark vision. 16.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, next
Okay,
to that.
it's 50, plus 15. It says.
Noise.
Does
All right.
he
So
have
Jackson,
the
don't
most
move.
RP of the group?
Okay,
Are the rest
so
of
go
you
back to where I
following
was.
him?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
following him. He just kind of goes a little bit faster than the rest of the group in terms of moving around the map.
All right. So as you
Uh,
guys coming up coming down these stairs, they are steep stairs, and you see that there is a giant constrictor snake skeleton
you.
to the north of where you guys
Hi.
are. Um,
It's cool.
and it is coils up the top half of a pillar, so it's curled around this pillar, uh, and the head rests on top of the pillar. There are pillars all around you, and they go all the way up to the top. You do see that there are some words carved on the wall right below you, right where Godin is,
Can we read
and
them?
there's an arrow also on that wall pointing to the south. Okay, and
Really funny, actually.
is 8:24. Okay, good. All right, so as Toggen's light comes down the steps, you guys are able to see that the words are written, scrawled in common.
Okay.
Sweet.
And it looks like somebody took the time to carve them, although not very well. But they are carved into the wall and with an arrow pointing to the southern exit.
Is that the way the arrow is pointing?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure that I'm visualizing that correctly.
Certain death way.
Oh, they didn't spell it right, so obviously they didn't mean it. Let's go that way, guys.
Scrambles is going
Did,
to.
didn't spell what right?
Well, they
Anyway.
didn't. They called it the certain death way.
What does that mean? Besides the fact that
There's
everyone will
certain
die.
death that direction.
Yes. No, I understand that. Anyway.
No, it was a spelling thing you said. I was lost.
Yeah.
A
Okay,
more
I'm
meant
confused
grammar.
myself. Anyway, yeah, this is D&D. No one knows how to do things the right way. They're uneducated people who
Yeah, I
are
know.
dying in things. Scrambles is going to take out his piece of chalk, and in front of where the arrow that is certain death way and has the arrow, above that at about Scramble's eye level, he's going to draw a circle. It'll look kind of like this. It'll be a circle with two horns on it, and he's going to draw it with an arrow that points back towards the skeleton. So there'll be a circle on this wall with two horns, meh, pointing that way.
Saying that's the
And
direction we came from.
so that is how Scrambles is going to start. Every time I mark something on a wall, it will be that circle with the horns and then an arrow that points the way that I came into that room, or how I would get out of that room if I was coming from the opposite direction.
Okay.
So that way
Not
I know
very
that if I
friendly.
want to get out of here, I have to go up these stairs that way.
How big is it and where are you putting it?
It is at Scramble's eye level, so about
Okay.
7 feet off of the ground, and it is with the sidewalk chalk, so I would assume it's about an inch thick arrow and I would have the arrow the whole thing is about a foot long. So a foot long
Okay.
arrow and a 4-inch or like my sized fist, Micah sized fist circle. So 4-inch, 5-inch circle, little holes. It is very visible. If you are looking for markings on a wall, you'll be
Well,
able to see it very easily. It's not hiding, but it
to
is
be
a little.
fair, if
Okay.
you're looking for markings on the wall, I don't think you're typically looking like 7, 8 feet up.
I would
That
agree,
wall.
but Scrambles would, especially
Scribbles
since
would,
Well,
yeah.
all of us
Scrambles.
would.
Yeah, and
Well,
you're all seeing me take chalk out and scribble on this wall with the little
oh yeah,
horns,
for sure.
and I look at everybody and I go, "That's me," and then I draw the arrow to get out of here.
Scrambles.
Okay.
Just be consistent.
So I'm gonna do that, and then I think we should avoid the certain death and maybe go a different direction first. What do you guys
Well,
think?
how would they know if it was certain death if they had time to write on wall? If it is certain death, how would they know to write it on wall?
Well, maybe like one guy got lucky and escaped. You know.
That is sound logic. Scrambles looks very confused. He's like, "Man, that makes sense though. How would they
I
know if they die?"
How would they know
if we
if
can
they
choose,
died?
I'd rather go to uncertain death. So a different direction would be better.
Scrambles is
Oh
gonna
yeah, for sure. Let's go a
he's gonna
different
ponder it.
direction.
He's
But
gonna ponder that though. He's like, "Man, that's makes a lot of sense what Toggen's saying. How would they know it's dead? Dead people can't write notes unless they're a zombie.
Dead
Zombies
men
can't
tell
write."
no
All of this is
tales.
happening internally with Scrambles. He's gonna kind of stagger over here, kind of walk this way towards the other
There,
door.
there are such things as undead, Scrambled.
I'm gonna.
Meh, but
Maybe the ghost came back of one of them and wrote a warning for all of his future buddies.
ghosts can't write. They don't have hands. They're ghosts. They can't
well, they
touch
do
stuff.
have hands. They just can't really touch stuff.
Yeah,
Well, there's
just
two other ways. Do we wanna?
Well,
What do I notice anything other than the snake and the pillars in this room?
do the
Talking
pillars
can't
have writing on them?
appreciate
It's a good call.
All right. Well, as Toggin and Scrambles step there, you do notice
excuse me.
a
A
Hmm.
trap
couple
is
things that
triggered.
happen. Um,
Did I trip over a big
first
wire?
of
I've been
all,
watching for big wires.
Yeah, if
the
there's any big wires going across the ground, Scrambles and Toggin are looking for those.
Too late.
Oop, that's not what I thought we'd be rolling, but.
There's some algebra on this pillar. What's going on?
No, that's initiative, not intelligence.
Oh, my bad. It's like, man, Scrambles
Come here,
did not
Matt.
home. He did
Come here,
not
Matt.
homeschool
Actually,
well.
all right, a bugbear steps out from behind this pillar where it has been hiding and slashes. Oh, not slashes, but slams at Scrambles with his Morning Star. And
Cute.
for those
Oh,
who
Godden. His cousin.
don't know, the um, Morning Star, he is not holding a Morning Star. This picture is actually a spiked club, but a Morning Star is a stick with a single chain and some sort of large metal object on the end, whether it's a ball or spiked or square, be any number of things on the end of it, but it's like a flail, but with only one. And
So what's a
this thing
mace?
is swinging.
Not a mace.
No, a
no, it's
mace.
got a chain.
It's a
Mace does not have a chain.
It's attached physically like a club would be.
Correct. Yep. Um, I don't know why I deleted that up there. Sorry. I'm going to share it
a
again.
mace,
Sorry,
but with
guys.
no
I wanted to put it on stream and I closed the wrong one. So there we go. Let me shrink it. So he steps out, swings. Swing, bada, 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 swing, bada.
miss.
As
Again and
he,
again and again and again.
that's right.
So
Nice. Alright.
That's on Netflix now, by the way. You
What
want to
is?
educate your children. Ferris Bueller's Day Off is on
Oh.
Netflix.
Yeah.
He hits, and let's see if this works. As Godin can tell you, bugbears have a very specific surprise attack. Very hard to use.
The body odor. Is he attacking me with second
All
grade
right.
reading?
So you guys are surprised. The way that works in 5e is
Oh,
it is Zorkol's turn. He cannot do anything, but he now has reactions. Same thing. Jackson cannot do anything on his turn, but now that his turn is passed, he now has reactions. So nothing.
So
Just
he
gonna
hit me around the pole, next to the pole,
He
with a
steps
chain
out.
weapon.
He
Pillar,
steps
yeah.
out. They have reach. They have a 5-foot reach, like Godin
their
does.
arms are
Oh,
twisted.
he has long arms. That's right.
Yep,
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how the fuck he snaked the chain around in an S shape to do damage, but that's cool.
exactly. That's why. And
His arm is around the corner.
this guy
He's holding the
You're
sort of
jerking me off right now.
shifts a little bit to the north and slams at Taugen. He has a -2 because of the poles. There's a couple of them there this time. Boo, he misses. So
I have
he's
14 AC. I'm surprised.
never
that-
going to be able to use his surprise attack. Alright, so now let's
we are still in.
finish out the rest of the round.
Cool.
Top of the
So
next round, it is
Scrambles is
him again.
surprised.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just chimed in my ear, so I assumed it was my turn.
No, it is top of the round.
Oh, is that what that chime is?
Mm-hmm.
Round 2.
Okay.
Round 2. A little nymph walks around with a little sign saying
Don't say nymph in front of Charlie. He'll kill it.
Oh, it's nymph, not an imp. So very close though.
Very close.
Close
One
enough for
is
Charlie.
this one has
Don't let Charlie get confused about
is
it.
wearing a bikini, so Zorko
Oh, I
would
see.
sort of
The
wait
hot
for a
one.
minute. Exactly.
Oh,
Another
it's like
Morningstar attack.
got him.
Stench.
Oof.
Things are not looking well for Scrambles. He gets surprised, then he gets
Oh,
crit.
Don't even. Scrambles is gonna one-shot this guy.
All right, Jackson. You get to react as you're staring at this drawing of a circle with horns and an arrow done in chalk. And all of a sudden you hear whack, whack as Scrambles gets thrashed by this guy. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go. I can go around the pillar thing here. That
Great.
3, 4. There. I'm going to strike. Did I target him correctly? I did. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, close enough. Yes, he is targeted. And you're going around the outside of the pillar, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I missed horribly.
Swing and a miss as he ducks, and you slam into the column, and
Sweet.
dust falls from the ceiling as everything shakes because you are taking out the load-bearing pillar.
Right.
All
Lovely.
right, Zorkel.
I'm gonna for this. They're both blocked by both pillars. I'm gonna come right here.
Okay,
And
so you would have to go around the pillar, so that's 15 feet.
that's fine. And I'm actually gonna stay here. I'll pass the turn. I wanna
Okay, so
pass.
you have a
Yeah.
clear vision, clear meaning -2 to bugbear to the north, and you know the bugbear to the south is there. Just it would be at a -5 to hit that one.
Oh. I'll throw a dagger at the bugbear over here.
Okay, so so next to on the bottom it says ADV, and then there's a DIS and a -2. Just click that, and then
Charlie, you're
roll.
not targeting him. You're trying to move your character.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh whoa.
Just you can control and then click on the bugbear's token, and that'll target him.
That's right. I always forget that.
It's all good. You're still new.
On my character sheet, there's my action.
So there's one that has a hand, and one that's not a hand. I think it's looks like a,
Little grenade, like a
yeah,
bomb.
and so that's the one you want to click because it has your ammo underneath it. And if you hover over the attack die, by the way, you'll see 2 circles show up. That shows you your range. All right, you would not have
Oh,
had
he hit.
disadvantage. Why would you have? Oh,
I think
so
he clicked alt disadvantage and a -2 when you told him
Mm.
to click on it.
it dropped the second. No, it dropped the first 17. So let's
Yeah,
see
it's
if that would
colored
have
red.
hit.
The second one.
Give me just a moment here. So you have a +1, so that would be 18. So that's this. So let's see. Wee boink. That is a hit.
I'm gonna pass my turn.
Oh, you roll damage. You hit.
Oh. I'm on one tonight, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I keep minimizing my character sheet.
Thwack. All right. So he gets hit by this dagger toggin. His dagger goes flying past your head, sinks into the bugbear.
And then I can pass my turn on the combat tracker.
Yes.
Correct. And so this guy. All right. I'm doing this. This is that. All right. So this is actually the one next to Jackson. So he is going to turn as Jackson comes running up. He's going to swing at Jackson. Thwack. Swinging is two-handed. Slams into you. All right, got him.
I'm gonna move up here. And quickly.
So how does Godin feel about feral slash, unruly bugbears?
What is going on? There we go. Good enough. I'm dispassionate about them. I was raised by elves. I don't have a particular loyalty to wild beasts of any kind.
Okay, so there's
Anyway, I'm going to use my healer feat on Jackson, using the healing kit to heal him.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
A second.
Do you mean Jackson or Scrambles? Because you're standing next to Scrambles.
Scrambles. Did I say Jackson? I meant
Yeah.
scrambles.
It's all good.
Nice.
And then I should also get half that back of me, but I'm not injured, so it doesn't matter. All right, so and then does it say? It does not. Yeah, I'm still going to click this too. Aided, so I cannot be healed again by me until after a short or long rest with that particular healer with a healer's kit.
Okay.
So that is my turn.
All right, and so what allows you to be healed by a healer's kit when you heal people?
Feet, the healer's feet. Give me a second.
Right. No, but you were saying you would have gained half back yourself.
Oh, that's the blessed healer. Hang on a
Is
second.
that only when you cast healing spells, or is that just whenever you heal?
Heal self when
Whenever I
healing others, same amount as Disciple of
decide
Life. Okay, so
half.
the Disciple of Life is an actual. Um, it's 3 per level of the spell, so it has to
Right.
be a
I
spell.
clicked on the first. This was a first level. Right. Yeah.
But the healer's kit is not a spell. That's what I'm saying. So the that's
It
the
doesn't say
only
anything about
time.
using a spell. It's just the same amount as healer's life. It's when you're healing other people.
Right, the Disciple of
Anytime I
Life.
heal somebody, I
No,
use the same amount as disciple of life,
right. What
which
you're
is
not
half of
hearing
whatever
me.
the healing.
The Disciple of Life um, is not letting me share it. Oh, here it is. I'll just click this. So
I know
this
what it
is
is.
healing spells are more
I
effective.
know it's not saying that you have to use disciple of life. It heals for the same amount as the disciple of life would whenever you
Correct.
heal other people.
But the Disciple of Life only works when you cast a spell. So
It's not
the
saying
healer's
I'm
kit.
using disciple of life. It's using the same amount of life healed as
Right.
if I use if as the spell would use.
Correct. So
Not using the spell to
if
do it.
you have since if you cast a 3rd level spell, you get +9 because 3 per level of the spell. Since you're not casting a spell, your Disciple of Life would not give you anything. So you would not gain anything by using the healer's kit. That's all I'm saying. Any other time, you get healed back yourself. All right, so Toggin, you're up.
Right.
As Scrambles, you feel a lot better as he quickly wraps your wounds and gives you a little neosporin.
Well, Toggen's just gonna wander on up. Because he can't reach 10 feet away. And he's going to grab that sickle that's on his hip and try to do a slash.
Okay.
Oof. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use my inspiration on that. Fuck it. I might miss again, but can't say I didn't try. Yeah. Can't say I didn't try, guys.
All right, so this
Um,
thing ducking and weaving.
And he's just gonna move back a little bit so he's not directly in line of sight of the other bugbear that swung at him.
All right, so you would want to move one more square, one way or the other, because you're squeezing right now, to squeeze in between these 2 pillars. So if you want to stay in between the pillars, you can, but you would be squeezing.
And what does squeezing do?
You have disadvantage on stuff, and you have
Great.
when people attack you.
Stuff. Good old
Let me
stuff.
see if it has the actual.
Technological
Here it is.
stuff.
So yeah, so you grant advantage to someone who attacks you, and you have disadvantage when you're attacking, and your movement is half. You only move 10
Well,
feet, so it doesn't matter going
shit.
through it. So
Ugh. kind of sucks because the other dude was still able to target me back when I was on the other side, so it doesn't matter where I am. Okay.
And you do know the other dude has gone, and he was now attacking Jackson. All right, so you're saying there? Cool. Good call. Scrambles, you have been given a little help by Mantha8225 in the chat. So you will get a +2 on your next roll. And we cannot hear you if you're talking.
Awesome, Riffy, thank you. So Scrambles is going to tilt and do a small bow to God and say thank you, and then he's going to move here. And as a bonus action, he's going to.
So
That's
same
5.
thing for you. Between those two pillars, you would be squeezing. So you want to
Yes.
move through.
Yep. I was just telling you where I'm going first, in
Okay.
case you want me to do it, in case you want to do anything with me. So he's going to move 5, 10, 15. Boom. And I am aware I might get an opportunity to attack from the bugbear, the far bugbear in front of Jackson, but that is a gamble he's willing to take.
Could have gone around top.
20,
Never
25,
mind.
Yeah,
30. All right, so
I thought about it, but then I was like, meh, I'm gonna go this
Meh.
way.
Yeah.
I
This
don't
is
want to touch the
that
dead
that
anyway.
does take
skeleton
up all your
snake.
movement. That's 30 feet. But you're able to get there. And this guy, yeah, he is going to go ahead and take that
So
opportunity
squeezing
attack.
through the pillars takes half of my movement. Is that what you're saying?
No, that takes it doubles your movement. So it's 10 for that. Walking through Toggin Square also takes 10. It's difficult terrain. And then 15 and 20 because you can't go diagonally through the enemy square.
Didn't go diagonally through an enemy square.
Hmm.
I went diagonally through Toggin Square. I'm sorry, maybe I'm missing this. So I have 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I don't know. 2025 on Toggin because going through a going squeezing and going through a teammate are both difficult terrain.
Oh, so now going through. I have
Right
never
there.
played running through a teammate causes
No,
difficult
he
terrain.
changed. He
He
decided to change
figured
that
out
last week
rules
or the week
are.
before.
Okay. I was not notified of that, so I did not know that. So
I thought he had told you.
that being the case, I am definitely going to go around the top then, because if moving through my teammate is going to cause me movement, I would not have gone double negative movement. I knew squeezing through the thing would take movement, but I didn't know going through Toggin would have. So I will instead have just gone up and hit him,
Okay, so
because
it
I
takes you
cannot go
20
through his
feet
square.
to get to where you are, going the other way.
Yes.
Um,
I'm not going. I'm going to end my turn in this square, right here. I don't need to go around him to hit him from where I was.
okay, so you're just going to go 5 feet.
Yep.
Okay,
5 feet. If I have to squeeze through the
Oh,
pillars, I'll squeeze through the pillars. I'm assuming that's 10 movement. Anyway, and then I'm going to attack him, and he will be dead, and I won't have to deal with him anymore.
hopefully.
Perfect. And then damage.
so the reason I changed it is not because of a personal preference. It's because I'd always thought it was a homebrew rule that other DMs, or by other DMs, I mean the one I play for, made to where if you walk through somebody's square, it is difficult terrain. So I never used that because I thought it was homebrew. And it was pointed out to me that on page 149 of the player's handbook, it specifically says walking through somebody else's square, friend or foe, is difficult terrain. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm just
I
doing what
love that rule, and I
you're
love that
supposed
the
to do.
player's handbook says that, but I did not know that until just now.
Right.
So it does dictate the change of my movement. So
Yep. So that was
I'm
I
going to,
forgot to tell
now
you
that I know
guys.
the rule, moving over.
Yep.
But anyway, I hit him with the first attack. Second attack is going to try to attack him again. I have 2 attacks as my
Yep.
person. Ooh, that's not so great. I'm going to use my inspiration and reroll.
Nice.
Don't be like Toggin.
There we go.
Nice.
Hit him. Now my blade is a fiery blade. It's doing 1d4 plus 3 fire damage.
Correct.
Is he catching on
Okay.
fire? How does that look? What does that look like? Because I've yet to find anything that wasn't a demon with this fire blade. So
So this thing,
is it
so as you can see from the picture, the as you swing it, the recto symbol on the edge is fiery, um, and go, and so as you're cutting into people and things, they are like in this case, it's a bugbear, so it's very furry, and so the
yeah.
fur is burning and singeing and lighting on fire and things, and then quickly going out and stuff. It's not igniting them, but it's definitely burning them. And uh,
Doesn't feel good.
yep, and that's what as you're rolling, you can see the little, like in this case, the second one did 1 damage, and the first one did 4 damage of fire. So you got a
Cool.
better hit with the fire the first time.
Yeah.
So
I just wasn't sure what it looked like and how that worked out.
yep,
So cool. I've only ever fought demons with it before. So
yeah, and you can flavor that as you want, and especially as if you do criticals and things like that. So all
cool.
right, yeah,
And then as my bonus action, I am going to use hammering horns. Hammering horns is after I make a melee attack. So I'm casting my hammering horns on him.
nice.
See if he saves or fails.
Does it
He
matter whether
failed.
you hit or not?
No, I
No,
don't think
it
so.
does not matter.
As long as he makes the attack.
Yeah, as long as I
Yep.
make a melee attack. And then I hit him, and then I cast it on him. Is it? Do I click the attack onto him? Is that how that works? I don't know. I haven't done it in so long.
Nope, he fails.
Pushes
So
him
he
10 feet.
yep, he goes back 10 feet. Where do you want him straight back away from you?
However you want to do it. I'm fine with rolling
Okay.
the dice at this point.
All right. So he stumbles back. Uh,
Perfect.
10 feet. You slam forward with your horns. You come forward with your axe, slicing into him as he's trying to fight Toggin as well. And then, just when he turns back to look at Toggin, you slam forward with your horns, and he stumbles over.
And
Cool. And then I'm going to
Doggin
run
get
over
an
to here, and that will
opportunity
be
attack
the
for
scramble's
that?
turn.
All right. I'm sorry, I did not hear your question, Toggin.
Would Doggin get an opportunity attack?
No,
Since this
force
guy is
movement does
No.
not
water.
provoke opportunity attacks.
Yeah, it specifically says it doesn't.
Darn. That would be cool if it did.
All right. Where are we?
Boom.
There he is. All right, so that's the bottom of the turn. Godin, go ahead and give me an insight check, please.
All right.
Toggin, it's your turn.
Well, after seeing Scrambles do so well with this guy, Doggin wants to redeem himself. So he's gonna go up and try slashing at this dude again.
Yeah.
May or may not hit. Hey! It's May this time. Nice!
Kitty bad. Dun, dun, dun. We need a kitty bat sound
There's your
effect.
whisper.
Some
He
metal
is
riff.
Wilhelm. It's a Wilhelm scream. What? Every time they die. Yep. All right, so
It's
you're
so
moving
weird.
up.
My
Okay.
Sirenscape is not giving me sound effects today. I'm gonna try it again.
All right. So anything else?
Yeah. Fuck it. Tuggin's already in this guy's range. So he's going to, just get a lot closer in this guy's range.
Oh yeah.
So Tuggin went 5, 10, 15. He's actually going to go one more square so that Scramble. Actually, fuck it. No, he's not gonna do that.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know what just happened there.
Drew a big
I don't know
line.
why I've got a line. But what? How? I'm so zoomed in, I couldn't even see the end of it. Anyway, Toggen's saying exactly where he is, and he's just hoping that his presence will intimidate the bugbear.
All right. So Scrambles.
Scrambles is going to, as a bonus action, cast his Echo right here in the square behind that bugbear. And then he is going to attack with his Echo. Try to kill this last guy off. Ooh, that's shitty. Nat 1. Do I get a bonus for flanking? I mean, obviously, Nat 1 still doesn't hit, but
Flanking gives you. Actually, I don't know if Sven
You get a
uses
+1.
Okay, he does.
okay. So first one misses terribly. Second
So
one hits him.
I'm sorry. Did you bring up your
Yes.
Echo?
Yep. And I put it right there.
Okay.
That's why I'm flanking him. My second one hits. Damage. 12. Man, I need to find a way to make it to where I can't roll ones on my axe.
You can do that with your damage,
I'm a halfling.
but
Yeah,
not with
that's
your
exactly what
attacks.
happened. I rolled a 1 on my d12.
Yeah. You can also get the lucky feat and when you turn level 8, and 3 times a day you can re-roll any roll you want. So
I rolled a 1 on my d12 and a 1 on my d4, which is just so shit.
yep.
Still did 12 damage, but it's
Yeah.
not what
There's
I
a couple
want
of
to be.
feats for damage, so there's a couple different ways. So
I'll have to
still
remember that when I
have
level
that
up.
idea. Yep. All right. So
Yeah, that'll be scrambles.
you see the dead bugbear starts. The head shifts a little bit, starts turning back and forth, and then you see these 2 claws rip out of the top of its head and pry open its skull, and its brain steps out
God damn.
on 4 little legs and is standing
You?
there uh, on the ground next to it.
Wait, I saw this movie back in the 80s.
Yeah. Surprise,
Go ahead.
guys! You're now watching Alien.
No, the Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing with Kurt Russell back in the day.
And
Where
that
his
is
head comes off and sprouts legs and starts wandering off. Go
and
ahead.
that is what it looks like. Um,
Okay. Where's Pinky?
but it is, like you said, is the size of its brain.
Okay.
So it's a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Um, and let me do this. Blink, and let me get rid of him. And let me show you him. There it is. And I'm going to shrink him down. There we go. Because it's a little guy. And it sort of shakes itself and gets the matted hair and skull parts off of it. I'm trying to see if how long that takes him. All right, so it can see 1, 2, 3 of you.
It has eyes.
What the fuck?
1, 2, 3.
Parker.
Within 10 feet. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Would you share your echo real quick? And let me go ahead and do this. See if it even matters.
Grab it.
Okay. In this particular case, it doesn't matter. All right. As a bonus. Okay. There it is. All right. Manifest yourself. Echo's magical, translucent gray image of you that lasts. Okay. So it doesn't care about the image, and it's going to sort of orient itself on these four freaky legs toward Toggin.
Uh, uh. I mean, fair.
And you sort of shake your head for a minute and and then your hands go down to your side, um, and your sickle drops to the floor as you're just staring off into space as you are stunned.
Makes sense.
And blood starts coming down out of your eyes like you're crying out of the corners of your eyes as you take 12 points of psychic damage.
I'm guessing mind spike.
Jackson.
Striking.
All right, are you guys okay finishing the round?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, there's only a couple people left.
My stuff. Oh.
And
Okay,
Jackson,
what
you
we-
have been given a little help. I mean, a boost of
Oh,
healing by Mantha 8225. If you want to go ahead and 1d8 plus 5 for me.
okay, 1d8.
Nice. All right, so you're only down 5 now. Thanks to Mantha 8225 in the chat.
Thank you, Manta. Oh, yes.
Nice.
Fuck yeah!
Of course, I have nothing critical, but
All right, using a great axe. Go ahead and give me a percentile
okay.
and roll your
I'll
damage.
get its brain.
I rolled it, but I'm not sure if it came up.
Did not. Or might be paused. There it is. Here we go. Now that's your percentile.
31. That's good.
All right, I'll try again.
There you go. Look at those 212 satyrs. That slam. This stumbles back as your axe slices into it. It's
Should be a
oddly
+4 as
quiet,
well.
especially since you're used to um, creatures and stuff. It takes the hit, and it's almost like it's undead in the sense that it's not responding, it's not reacting. It's still moving around and fighting you, but it's very quiet, which is a little odd. All right, so with your first hit, can you finish it off? Phrasing.
I only have one hit. When I have another one
You have 2.
without raging.
Yes.
All right.
Yep, you're a level
Right.
5 barbarian.
Come on, baby. Give me something here. Here we go. One more time. There we go. Fucker. Oh, so close. Hit.
Another hit.
Yes.
Stayed on there for a second too.
Oh, I was right there. I know.
Very nice. All right. Moving anything else?
Not enough.
I am staying right there where I am.
Okay, go ahead and click next. And Zorkel, you are up. You
I'm
can barely see what's going on, but you are able to see through the pillars and the people fighting and stuff, this little brain creature. Go ahead and give me uh, I'll go ahead and push it to you. Here it is. And how hard do I want it to be? That hard. Boom. All right. Nope. You don't know what's going on. All right. Go ahead.
Do I see the guy behind this pillar?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
What are you trying to do
Can
with
I?
him?
Can I run up into this square and try to jab my sword between him and this and the echo?
You can.
Stat him.
You would have a -2.
Cool. So
Does he get +1 for flanking or no?
Actually, yeah. So it would only be
So -1.
a -1.
Yeah. Yay, flanking. Stab him in the stab.
so if I click on my modifier, do it -1,
Correct.
and then
And when you have a -2 or a -5 or a +2 or +5, you I understand why I confused you last time. You don't have to click the DIS and the ADB. It's only the numbers or those DIS and ADB.
gotcha.
Nice.
And then I want to make my way to the back of the pillar and just
Make my way.
Making my way downtown, walking faces past and homebound.
and then I'll pass my turn. Oh, I hit the turn complete. It didn't do it. There it goes.
All right, so I make my way through there to get a clearer picture of what's going on. I see the weird brain-like thing, which explains why these bugbears are so freaking quiet.
Because they got brain parasites.
I'm gonna try and smack at it with a guiding bolt.
Okay.
Range attack. Excellent. Rating damage.
Where's Hannibal Lecter when you need him?
And
Right?
grant advantage.
Nice. All right, so you do see some little tendrils of smoke as the top layer chars a little bit.
Yep.
All right, as you have removed his
Fire from heaven.
capacity to
Woohoo.
love by doing a lobotomy. All right, so this thing is going to keep attacking at Jackson, who thrashed him pretty badly.
Indeed.
He's not a champion fighter, so it's not a crit, but it was a good solid smack in his shoulder with his Morning Star. Alright, that is where we will leave it till next week. As you guys have entered the dungeon of the Mad Mage, fought your first fight.
Well,
Thank you for playing. I
haven't
hope you guys
finished
enjoyed
the
it.
first fight, but
Yes, thank you for doing it for us.
thanks for DMing. We appreciate you.
Indeed.
My pleasure. I enjoy as well. So, those of you watching, appreciate you using your points today. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for stopping by, Casino and Atomic
Thieves.
and Marbanya, Zinlu,